blood, sweat, and tears. Now only two teams remain standing, Newport Harbor and Irvine, in a rematch of last year's CIF championship game. 1999 was the year of the Sailor. Newport Harbor beat Irvine to win the Seaview League title, and then the Sailors completed an undefeated season by pulling out a tough one against the Vaqueros, 19-18 in the CIF championship game.
Back-to-back, first time in school's history, one thing. And for all the juniors that were on the team last year that are now seniors like me and Chris, I mean, it's just tremendous honor to be the first time in school's history, like I said, and just some memories to hold, I mean, for the rest of our lives.
You know, we just line up and play. You know, they're probably a little more creative than we are. We're pretty much, you know, what you see is what you get.
Irvine is hoping that 2000 is the year of the Vac attack. Earlier this season, the Vaqueros got some revenge as they won the Seaview League crown by beating the Sailors 19-14. Now all that stands between the Vaqueros and their own undefeated season are those Sailors from Newport Harbor.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be a war, four-quarter war. That's really how all I can explain it.
We don't wear on them early. They'll probably wear on us late. And it's going to be that we got to get after them early because they're a big, strong team. They're a lot bigger than us, a lot stronger than us. So we'll have to get after them with our speed and quickness and hopefully our desire.
Comparing it to last year, you know, we are a different team. You know, they're a different team, we're a different team, different players. So, you know, it's not totally revenge, but it'll be a very close, very hard-hitting game. It should be pretty fun to watch.
Will Irvine's defense continue its airtight domination, giving up just 6 points in 3 playoff games? Or will the floodgates open for Newport's 2,000-yard Russian phenom, Chris Mandarino? It's the CIF Southern Section Division 6 Championship. Next on Cox 3.
Well, it really can't get any better than this. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the CIF Finals. Tonight, a rematch of 1999 as the Irvine Vaqueros take on the Newport Harbor Sailors in the Division 6 CIF Final right here at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, California. Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Higgins along with Bill Cunardy, and welcome to the game of the week. This is a game that we've all been looking forward to. 1 year ago, right on this field, it was Newport Harbor who won the game. But in league play not too long ago, Irvine comes back and they win. So right now, Bill, we've got two teams kind of going in the same direction. It'll be Irvine's defense up against a very powerful Newport Harbor offense led by Chris Mandarino.
A lot of contrasting styles here, Paul. As you said in the open, it doesn't get any better than this. There are going to be about 8,000 people here tonight. These are two teams that have great respect for each other. The coaches respect each other, but they'd love nothing more than to beat the other guy. Last year, Newport won the regular season game and the CIF championship. This year, Irvine won the regular season game. We'll see what happens tonight. But the contrasting styles, Newport loves to pound it, and they play a rather conservative 4-3 defense, but it's very physical. Irvine will come after you from every angle on defense. They'll play some man-to-man and gamble, and offensively, they do enough stuff to keep you off balance. So this is going to be a dandy.
It's going to be a fun one. You know, 1 year ago, it was Chris Mandarino at quarterback. Well, he's now the running back. Let's take a look at the players to watch tonight. 4 in all right here in the CIF final. It takes 11 on either side of the ball. David Doomey. Now, it could come down to a field goal. If it does, he is ready.
Well, David plays offense, and last week had a great game as a running back in the two-back set they employed. But this guy kicks off, he kicks field goals, and he could be the difference.
Very powerful young man on defense, Parker Naw. Take a look, 42 solo tackles.
Well, last week, we just watched him have a marvelous game against Tustin. He can run, as can all the guys on that defense, but you look at that 4.5 sacks, we may see him do that tonight, too.
Everybody knows this guy in Orange County. Ohio State knows about him. Villanova knows about him. Chris Mandarino.
Well, Paulie plays every down. He's a linebacker on the weak side, and then he is the offense. He carries the ball 35 times a game. if I'm Newport, I might run at him every down just to tire him out.
Alan Sines, do you think, now he's got a number of different backs to look at tonight, playing linebacker, but on the other side of the ball, Irvine likes to run.
Well, this is a physical football player. He can do just about anything you need him to do on defense. And last year, I thought he was one of the stars of the game in the championship. He's a year older, a little more mature, and a great football player.
When you look at these two teams, not much separates them from 1 year ago. Once again, a Seaview League team is in a CIF final. That just goes to show you where the power is in Orange County in the Seaview League. It's a credit to them. It's a credit to their coaches that they're right back here once again.
Well, Paul, I think it's something like 9 out of the last 13 years. It's been a Seaview League final, and Woodbridge and Irvine and Newport Harbor and all the teams from that league, El Toro. It is probably the most competitive league in Orange County if you look at the history. And tonight we have another championship matching two Seaview League teams, and they're not going to disappoint anybody.
No, they're not. You know, the weather is perfect. As Bill said, it's going to be standing room only crowd. People have been here for hours. When we come back, we'll have more of the Family Honda pregame show and get this thing underway. It's the CIF final. It doesn't get any better than this. Irvine taking on Newport Harbor right here at Orange Coast College.
It's your waiting room, your quiet zone, your way home. Keep it cool. Bring your car to the new Midas and let a pro inspect your air conditioning system, because it's hot out there. Now just $19.99. Cool. 'Cause that's how your life goes. We're a new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company's been voted best family dining in San Diego.
Or the salads. Great food, great beer, and the kids love the games.
Or the appetizers. The pasta.
For the Mug Club.
The best pizza in town.
That's right. For the 6th straight year, we've been voted the best pizza in San Diego.
I love Loose Cannon. It's got tons of garlic, lots of great fresh tomatoes, and a great crust.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company.
Now in Mission Viejo, near the corner of Alicia and Violinda, 1 block east of Geronimo.
They've worked long and hard to get here, and tonight's the night they go helmet to helmet for the CIF Championship. Irvine Vaqueros taking on the Newport Harbor Sailors. They're at Labard Stadium in Costa Mesa, California, on the campus of Orange Coast College. Let's go downstairs where they're going to have the opening coin toss. Referee John Stoney.
Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck to you. Gentlemen, other officials, Mr. Davis, Mr. Hanna, Mr. Sherwood, and Mr. Clark. Gentlemen, let's take charge of our team and play like the champions you are. Silver dollar, red and blue, red and blue. Throw and let it hit the ground. Who's going to call it?
I'll call it.
Red or blue? Call it.
Blue.
Blue is called. It is blue. Kick, receive, defend a goal, or defer.
We'll defer.
Winner of the toss, defer. Kick or receive? Receive. What goal do you want to defend?
You want to kick that way. Defend that
Step there, white. Step here, blue. Receiving. Good luck to you.
Well, there you have it. We're going to get an opportunity to see Chris Mandarino at running back first. Irvine wins the coin toss. They defer, so they'll get the ball in the second half. Before the game starts, let's get ready to go downstairs one more time. And we'll check in with Bobby in just a moment. But the referee tonight, again, John Stoney, Rick Sherwood, the umpire, head linesman Mike Davis, field judge Bill Clark, and the back judge is Richard Hanna. So 4 12-minute quarters to go. And right now, let's go down to the field. Bobby, pretty much very exciting down there.
It is. The crowd is very excited, very pumped up. It is quite loud down here on the sidelines. I'm sure the players can hear it, and it will also get them more excited as this game gets underway. One of the things I wanted to mention tonight, I spoke with Coach Brinkley of Newport Harbor earlier this week, and he said one of the concerns he has coming into this game tonight is Irvine's defense. And he said the reason why is because they lead the county defensively. They have given up the fewest points, and he says that will be a problem for them tonight. Irvine is extremely quick. They're not the biggest, but quick. Newport Harbor also said that Irvine is physical, but they said that's okay. They like physical teams, and they said they actually play better when it is a physical game. On the other side, I did speak with Coach Hennigan of the Irvine Vaqueros, and he said tonight offensively their game plan is basically just to try to score. He said it's going to be tough like pulling teeth. Defensively, they have changed their defense back to their regular scheme tonight. They had to change it last week against Tustin, but they're back with what they're comfortable tonight, and they feel that that will help them. Although Newport Harbor knows what they do, but they will be looking to bring that back and feel better comfortable with that. Back up to you.
Well, they'll take it at the 20-yard line. Thank you very much, Bobby. Irvine kicks off, so we'll take a look at Newport Harbor on offense in their starting lineup. The offensive starters for the Sailors look like this: Craig, Trimble, and Mandarino in the backfield. Foley, Gata, see the lineman up front. Marshall is the center. Very good offensive line for the Newport Harbor Sailors. First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Going to see him right off the bat, Mandarino. And remember, 1 week ago, Tustin came in with a great running game, and the Irvine Vaqueros did a great job of defending them. In that game, Miller got off to a great start, but only one play did he rip one off. The Irvine Vaqueros, Portia, Show, Coates, Na, and Guillen. Guillen had a great game 1 week ago. Hal, Boucher, and Taylor, the linebackers. Ballard, Lamb, and Egan in the defensive backfield for the Irvine Vaqueros, undefeated on the year. So we are underway. The Butterflies will trickle away, Bill, and we'll have a good one.
Well, we're seeing a defense right now that Irvine is very familiar with. They're back to their old Bear 46, which J.C. Clark coaches so well. And they had to abandon that a week ago against Tustin. But immediately, in second and long, Newport comes out throwing, and I think we may see more of that tonight. Morgan Craig at quarterback. And I think Newport has to throw to win. I think they can run it, but I don't think they can only run the ball because Irvine defends it so well.
Gata with the pass completion. Pick up 13 yards. They'll back it up 5. Left side of the offensive line for the Newport Harbor Sailors jump. So it'll be first down and 15. 11:19 to go in this opening quarter of play.
Illegal procedure here.
Paul, that's kind of bound to happen in a game like this. The nerves have got to be on edge. As I mentioned to you before this thing started, if you're a coach or a player in this game, it just never seems like it's ever going to get here. The days drag on. Well, this is a packed house, and this is something special.
First and 15, 2 wideouts, one to the left, one to the right. Out of the eye, Mandarino goes over the center side on the left guard, and he might pick up 1. So it'll be second down and about 14 to go. So the Irvine Vaqueros undefeated on the year. 13-0. Newport Harbor with a record of 11-2 losses to Marina in this very same Irvine team earlier this year in league. And oddly enough, Bill, last year it was 19-18 in the CIF final at Newport Harbor. Just weeks ago, it was 19-14 Irvine in league play. So both teams scoring 19 points to win it. So just looking at the points, it might not be a high-scoring affair.
They try to run the counter.
Man, Bill, he took that counter. He took one jump, and Irvine was right there.
Paul, this is what you're going to see tonight from this Irvine defense. They play about as well together as any group I've seen. And remember, there's not a starter out there that weighs more than 200 pounds. But you can see on the counter, if it's a slow-developing play, I think it's advantage Irvine because they are so quick in that defensive front.
Zach Taylor on the bottom of that pile. Third down and 12. They do have one first down on this drive so far on a pass completion.
Very interesting. They go to a nickel defense.
Mandarino, they're going to go to him. He gets it on the 30. Hurdles one tackler, but then there's a whole host of Irvine Vaqueros at the 35-yard line to come in and clean it up. So it'll be fourth down punting situation, and as goes Mandarino is the way the Newport Harbor Sailors will go.
Well, I think Chris would probably tell you this too, that if you're a running back, what happens in the first quarter is not always indicative of what might happen throughout the game. Because, well, I tell you, they're really geared to come and get him. He catches the screen pass, and then look at the pursuit by Irvine, which is something they really do well. Number 9, Eric Patton. Joe Ballard is there also. And
Ballard is back deep to take the punt on the 35.
There's a timeout. And you know, when those things happen this early in a game, it's either a substitution problem or right now, looks like Ed Brady coming out to talk to the Irvine punt return team. And Paul, we will have this on the virtual playbook later on, but Irvine probably does as good a job on special teams as any high school team I've ever seen. And we have diagram their punt return play, and we'll get it to show you on the virtual playbook, because I tell you, it is a thing of beauty.
They set up a beautiful wall. They did it 1 week ago, but it was called back. It was a touchdown run, but it was called back due to a blocking penalty. But Irvine is very good on special teams. Virtual, the punt. Taken on the 35-yard line by Ballard. Ballard stays on his feet for 1 yard, but not before Newport Harbor comes in and does a great job themselves on special teams. Remember, they are the CIF champions, and they hold that title right now. They don't want to give it up. Newport Harbor and the Irvine Vaqueros will see Irvine right now for the first time on offense, and this is a look at their offensive starters. They come into this game 13-0. Travis Otot, Peter Abe hurt his knee 1 week ago. Short, Smith, Brooks, and Kimmich, the receivers and the flanker. McKinney, Gasper, Malapis, Kashini, and Wright doing a great job this year on the offensive line for the Irvine Vaqueros. They hustle, they get after it, they play until the whistle blows.
They go empty.
On the near side to David Toomey, a good tackle out of bounds by number 5 for the Newport Harbor Sailors, Alan Sines.
You know, he played a great game last year, and so did Garrett Troncalli, number 7, and they were involved with a play that actually probably won the game, the hard hit and the fumble a year ago. But Irvine comes out immediately and throws the bubble screen, so you kind of get an idea they want to spread it around a little.
Troncalli, oh, got him. The linebackers, Manarino, Sines, and Rankin. Gata, Springer, Barton, and Spruce. Abe gets loose across the 40 to the 44. It'll be short of a first down. So it'll be a third down, Bill. And on a third down play like this, you know you've got some great running backs. Abe, who hurt his knee 1 week ago. And Bill, it's been a knee problem a big part of the season, so he's working off that, but he seems to be okay tonight. Who do you give it to in a situation like this? Third down and 3, good pass, and you could get outside and run it if you
Well, you could. You might throw the bubble screen, which they're going to go with 4 wideouts right now, which is always a possibility. But this Newport defense, and we'll see it in virtual playbook, there was a false start on offense. That changes the play call a little bit, I think, also, Paul. But what you're going to see is Newport's defense is
illegal procedure.
Quite a bit more conventional than Irvine's. They do it by being physical. They play a 4-3, a cover 2, which means there's 2 safeties back on the hash marks all the time. And we'll show it to you here in the virtual playbook. You see the guys in blue there with the safeties on the hash marks, and they have 5 guys in those underneath zones. And you can see that those 4 linemen coming up the field, those are all really physical football players. But this is a kind of a contained defense, and boy, they do a great job of playing it.
3rd and 8. Quarterback back to pass, fires it, completed, first down, Irvine. Nice job.
That's a really nice throw by Travis Otot, who does not ever get enough credit for the success of this football team. I think he's done a marvelous job all year long.
And Roger Kimmich on the other end of that, so Irvine gets their first down of the game, and they move it out to the 48-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 48 with 8:12 to go. No score, as you see Otot just rifle this one across. Boom, he's right there for the pass completion, and just enough for a first down. Trips to the near side, empty set once again. Travis Otot, they send a man in motion. That's Toomey. They're going to pass it to Toomey. He just couldn't catch up with it.
Now that's the bubble screen. We'll also have that for you on virtual playbook. And the bubble screen has 3 blockers in this case because they went empty. And if you catch that, you get out in front. Sometimes it's just one-on-one, and that's kind of what they're hoping for.
I want to thank tonight the people at Cutter and Buck. Make sure you go by and see Corinne and Mission Viejo. What is it? It's not the Mission Viejo Mall.
The shops at Mission Viejo.
Shops at Mission Viejo. So P.F. Chang's is opened up over there.
Yes, they have.
So trips again to the near side, empty set. Let's see if they go right back. No, they don't. Over the middle. It was intended for number 7, Ballard, but instead it goes incomplete. So we'll bring up a very important 3rd down and 10.
Paul, we don't get to see Joe on offense very often, but they're taking advantage of the fact that he's a great athlete. And I can tell you by his expression or just his body language, I don't think he saw that ball till it was right on top of him. And a little bit of that is because the Newport defense is so big.
Last night on Coach's Corner, Rick Gibson said, hey, if Irvine's going to win this game, they're going to have to play good defense. And they'll go and they'll stop Mandarino, but they also have to score points, and he knows that. Airing this one up, it's going up, and It's incomplete, almost intercepted by number 24 for Newport Harbor. Spruth, he goes up for it, makes a nice play.
If you remember last year, early in that football game, Newport was playing that same defense, and Irvine hit him for a bomb for a touchdown. They faked the draw to kind of slow the pass rush down, and this is just a battle between two good athletes for the ball, and Ryan Spruth, number 24, that's excellent position. Now look at that. Eric Patton almost takes it away from him, but that's great defense.
4th down and 10. Irvine will punt it away. Good punt by Short. Taken on the 13-yard line, so no score and pretty much standing room only now here at Orange Coast College. The field is in very good condition, Bill.
It's as nice as I've ever seen it this time of the year for sure, so kudos to those guys at Orange Coast.
No doubt about it. Jeff Brinkley came down to our studio this week, and he has this to say about Terry Hennigan.
Yeah, Terry and I think, have a mutual respect for each other and in each other's programs. I think we've had some great battles, and I think, like I say, philosophically, there are some similarities in terms of the way we want our players to approach playing football and approach the way they act and their actions on the field, and the way they display themselves and the way they represent their programs. And he's always done a great job with those guys, and I've been friends with him, and known some of the coaches throughout the years over there, and I have nothing but great respect for what he's done with that program. His players come week in and week out, and I'll tell you, they give you a great effort, and it'll be a battle.
And yes, it is a battle. Andy Rankin with a great catch, just shy of the 1st down. Mandarino, who has not gained more than two yards so far tonight, gets stopped at the line of scrimmage, so it will be 3rd down and about 1 yard for a first.
Paul, if you remember a year ago, Andre Stewart, bless his soul, was in this same position. Chris was handing him the ball last year. Now they're handing it to Chris. But remember, Andre really didn't break away until the 4th quarter.
That's right.
And right now, I'm certain that Irvine's sole purpose on defense right now is say, hey, anybody else can beat us. We're not going to let Mandarino beat us. He's a great athlete. And you heard Jeff talk. These two teams have nothing but respect for each other.
Number 3 for Irvine, Zach Taylor, has been coming in and making some great tackles. Mandarino gets loose, and there's another good tackle. Ballard comes up and grabs the ankles of Mandarino. Well, we have an opportunity. Let's drop down in the field. Bobby?
Paul, after the first series for Newport Harbor, the offensive line coach was talking to them and telling them to just calm down, to take away the nerves a little bit. He said they got a 1st down. That's positive. They said all I need to do is just continue putting together positive plays all night long. They don't want big plays. They just want positive ones, little by little. Back up to you.
Thanks, Bobby. And we might have a low-scoring affair. Mandarino takes a step to his right before he's tackled. He's going to be one of those guys, Bill, as you said, like an Andre Stewart, that's going to take a little time to get warmed up. Last week he had a great game against La Mirada, so he's coming off a great game. And he came down to the studio, super nice young man. I talked to him about where he might go, and Villanova, very interested. He got a letter from Ohio State. So he's going to go on and play D1 football. Will he be a quarterback? Will he be a linebacker or a running back? What do you think?
I think most of those people are projecting him as a strong safety or outside linebacker, which would be terrific. He's a very talented guy.
2nd and 9. Man goes in motion. They go to Mandarino, and you'll notice that what Irvine likes to do is they like to come at you in all different directions, and they have watched film. They have played against him this year, so they know pretty much. These teams know each other very well, Bill. There's not much you can surprise. Ballard comes up a little slow. You can't bring out too many surprises when it comes to a CIF final, or can you?
No, you can't. I mean, they probably have seen, you might have a trick play or two up your sleeve, but I think this game is going to be one probably more from a generic standpoint. What do we do the best? Well, that's what we're going to do in the championship game, and we'll get a look at Irvine's defense in the virtual playbook too, so I can show you what the 8-man front is doing to try and stop Mandarino. But Paul, remember, when you donate that many guys to the line of scrimmage, if you bust it at the line of scrimmage, the only guy back there left is Joe Ballard.
3rd and 7. Another big 3rd down play. They fake it to Mandarino. Quarterback's being rushed. He's got some room, and he slips and falls at the 40-yard line, but I don't think he would have made it for a first down because he had to get to the 45. There were 3 Irvine vaqueros separating him and the first down. So they'll punt it on 4th, trading blows, trading punts right now.
Now, Paul, one of the reasons that Irvine can run a great, it's what's called a picket punt return, is because they always put 10 guys on the line of scrimmage, and the first thing you have to think about is they're going to block the punt, which really slows down the punt return. Now, that worried the punter, I'm certain, and even though he gets a great roll out of that,
certainly does.
That's not his best, because the last one he ripped out of there, number 14, that's Duke Burchell. Last one he kicked was 46 yards.
3:55 to go in the first. No score. We'll be back, and Irvine will have the ball.
You find a good quality used car that won't cost you a fortune? Capistrano Car Company. Where are most cars under $10,000 and many under $7,500? Capistrano Car Company. Where can you find the nicest guys in town? Capistrano Car Company. When you want a good quality used car without having to deal with all the hype, go to Capistrano Car Company. Take the Avery exit off the 5 freeway. Head west 1 block. Turn left onto Camino Capistrano, and we're there, right next to In-N-Out Burgers.
How many ways can you save family?
It's all about family at the second happiest place on earth.
Welcome back to the game of the week. 3:55 to go in this first quarter of play. Godfrey Young, who had 5 touchdowns against the Woodbridge Warriors, gets out close to the 45-yard line. So with 3:45 to go in this first quarter, no score. That's not surprising, Bill.
No, I think it's going to be a very tight game. Now, last year it got interesting as we got later in the game. But if they continue at this pace, this game's going to go by quickly because they both like to run the ball in these situations. Irvine will throw it more. But what they're finding is Newport is playing that 4-3, really kind of looking for the pass. So that's where Godfrey Young and Peter Abe might get a little head of steam going.
Godfrey dives over the 45 to the 46, and in the second half of last week's game against Tustin, Peter Abe did not play a lot because of that knee injury, and Irvine got a lead, so they were able to rest him, but Godfrey came in and played a great game.
There was a great defensive stop that time. Ian Bannigan, number 55, and Garrett Troncale, number 7. And I tell you, everybody that has played Newport, and Rick Gibson said it last night, say, give me a word. They say physical.
Yeah. Look at the game that Mike Brooks played 1 week ago. It's standing in for Eric Patton, and Mike Brooks had a heck of a game, number 26, Otot. They come back to the near side. The ball's up in the air, intercepted. There's a flag on the play.
I'll tell you what.
I think it's going to be Newport's ball. A great interception by number 5. Taking his hands up. That's Alan Sines. We talked about him.
This guy is really a football player. Now, when you look at him, you look at his size and you go, yep, linebacker. That's what he looks like. And that's a very athletic play for a guy that big. You saw him tip the ball up in the air. He sees by the deep drop it's going to be screened. Now watch this athletic move. That looks like a ballet, and the big guy intercepts it.
Godfrey Young with the touchdown saving tackle.
Okay, that's the first big turnover of the game. We'll see what Newport can do with it.
Ball is resting on the 33-yard line. 2:53 to go in the first. Mandarino at running back. Morgan Craig, the quarterback. In the slot formation, you've got number 44, Trimble. Still on his feet, getting flushed out of the pocket. Nobody to throw to. He's on his own, and he's going to get hit as he goes out of bounds. And a nice play to get out of the backfield and pick up something positive. And I asked these players when they came down to the studio, Bill, I said, when you guys played last year and when you played again this year, was there any talking going on in the field? And they said, absolutely not. It was a very clean game.
Well, I believe that goes right back to the coaching. I think that neither Terry or Jeff allow that stuff. They just play. If you want to talk with your helmet. Now you can see Brian Porteous coming in, and it's a great job by Morgan Craig of getting out of trouble. He did have a wide receiver open on the corner route, and they may come back to that. But boy, Irvine loaded to come after the tailback.
Ballard with the tackle. On the near side, right in front of the bench, completed to number 4 that time for Newport Harbor. We're going to hear a lot of him. Brian Gaeta.
Nice play by Eric Patton, who has missed the last 2 games, and he's back there at his familiar corner position, and he'll play some offense also. But this gives Irvine a chance. It's 3rd and 11, Paul. So the way J.C. Clark likes to do it, he said, you know what, maybe it's a passing down, but I'll tell you, your quarterback is going to have about 2 seconds to get it off if we're going to come after him.
This is where they should go to the end zone cannon. 2:04 to go in this first. Craig being rushed heavily, and he's not going to get out of trouble this time. He's going to go down. And a good tackle made by number 22, and staying in there is Paul Yu.
You know, if you look at the size of these guys, the Irvine defense, they're not very big, but like Terry says, they play with a lot of heart. They really like each other. And they're at times going to be mismatched a little bit size-wise, but they can run around blocks too.
So they can't capitalize on the turnover. Birchall comes up, and he punts this one straight up in the air. It gets a good bounce. It gets a bounce on the 31 and actually takes an Irvine bounce. So feeling the pressure.
Exactly, Paul. That's what happens when you bring 10 guys.
Well, you've been watching the Game of the Week all season long right here on Cox Cable Channel 3. We appreciate you tuning in week and week out. And tonight's Game of the Week is being brought to you by Family Toyota, the second happiest place on earth. And also by Aerolift, the scissor lift specialist. Give them a call at 1-800-266-LIFT today. And by Laguna Surf and Sport, proud sponsors of the players of the game. And they fed us all season long. Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company in Mission Viejo. Our crew says it's the best pizza around. So 1:14 to go in the first. The ball was on the ground for a moment in that play.
Irvine got it back. Looked like at the point of attack, they were trying to run a trap play there, Paul, and it kind of got stuffed in the middle. And I think it's going to be tough to trap Newport. They're just too physical inside. Nice play by Ian Bannigan again, number 55.
Running back's knee was on the ground, and then the ball popped up. 45 seconds to go. Trips to the far side of the field. Doomy's in the backfield. Otad over the middle. This has worked for them. First down. Still on his feet, of course, is Eric Patton.
Now, Paul, that is a really well-conceived play. Irvine is running against a zone defense, so they're running a lot of little, we call them safety routes, where you kind of just get into the middle of the field. If you feel a soft area, slow down. They see Travis Otad, and he throws Eric Patton. There's nobody around him. That's because that part of the zone, because of what the running back did coming out of the backfield, gets real soft. And they're trying, Newport's job is keep everybody in front of them.
18 seconds to go in this first. Man goes in motion. That's short. They give it to Doomy, and Doomy gets to the 50, so that will be the end of the first quarter of play. No score here at the CIF final between the Irvine Vaqueros and the Newport Harbor Sailors. We'll be back with more of high school football right here on Channel 3.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company's been voted best family dining in San Diego.
Or the salads. Great food, great beer, and the kids love the games.
Or the appetizers. The pasta.
For the Mug Club.
The best pizza in town.
That's right. For the 6th straight year, we've been voted the best pizza in San Diego.
I love loose cannon. It's got tons of garlic, lots of great fresh tomatoes, and a great crust.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company.
Now in Mission Viejo, near the corner of Alicia and Violinda, 1 block east of Geronimo.
How many ways can you save family?
It's all about family at the second happiest place on earth.
12 minutes of high school football here in the Division 6 CIF final are in the books. No score, and we head to the second. Irvine in white tonight, the Newport Harbor Sailors in blue with their white trim.
When we were doing the virtual playbook, I guessed. I put all the Newport guys in blue and the Irvine guys in white.
You did a good job.
Yeah, that was a just a stroke of luck there. We were guessing. Because last year, it was opposite. Newport was the visitor. And,
that's right.
All right, here they come with that great, quick offense.
Todd hands it off to Doomie. Doomie, oh, man, is he level.
Let me tell you, we're going to be seeing this guy all night long, but Alan Sines, number 5, he brings the hammer.
Wow.
And isn't that nice that he posed right there for the camera, too?
He's looking over it. Watch this hit. Sines comes up. Doomie is a strong young man, too, but that's the way to tackle.
Oh, that's textbook.
He decleated him there.
And you sure you want to play football? I know you could do that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my shoulder back just so I can ride my bike. I had to hop the fence to get in the stadium tonight. They wouldn't let me in. 11:20 to go in the half. Trips to the near side. Otad's got some time, and now he's being rushed. The ball is loose, so the ball's on the ground again, and Newport Harbor comes up with it. So 1 fumble, 1 interception.
Ian Bannigan is on that football, number 55.
Great pressure by Newport Harbor. Otad had a brief moment to throw it, Bill, and then that evaporated.
I'll tell you what you're seeing in this football game is probably the reason both of these teams are here. 2 great defenses. 2 very physical teams. You can see number 7, Garrett Troncalli there with his arms wrapped around the quarterback, and that allows Ian Bannigan to recover that fumble.
Not only did he recover the fumble, he caused the fumble out of the I formation just inside the 40-yard line. 11:15 to go in the first half of play. Morgan Craig hands it off to Mandarino. He hasn't. The ball's on the ground again.
No, that's just him breaking a tackle.
Oh, it's on the other side.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Holy cow, that guy's sneaky.
When you watch this guy, last year.
How did he stay up on his feet on that one?
Now, we're going to see a picture of it here. This is the Newport Harbor power play, and you're going to see how they block this, and it's very effective. You're going to see the guard pulls, the fullback leads, and there goes Mandarino. We'll run it back so you can see those blocking assignments again. Tight end comes down on the linebacker, fullback leads, and that's their bread and butter.
2nd and 5. So Mandarino picked up 5, and he dives inside the 30-yard line. So a great play by Mandarino, riding in the air on one of his blockers to get pretty close to a first down, so if he just shy. Bill, I want to thank you for bringing that virtual playbook to the viewers, because you have worked tremendously hard on it. And you see Mandarino here, watch how he just rides right on the top. But Bill, again, thank you. You paid for that underneath your own pocket, and you've done a great job.
I owe that to my friend Lyle Lansdale, too, who helped me learn how to do that. I think it's a fun way to see what's going on.
3rd and a short 1. Of course, Mandarino's going to get it, but is he going to get the first? He does get the first as he spins and fights and keeps up on his feet before he's tackled that time by number 3, Zach Taylor.
Now you can see a familiar number in there. You saw Alan Sines, number 5, come in the running back position in the full house backfield. So they can put a lot of beef in front of Mandarino on that play.
Bill, we haven't been keeping track up here on tackles, but number 3, he has been in there just about every tackle. Zach Taylor's been all over this field for the Irvine Vaqueros.
He had a great game last week, too, and it's a similar matchup with one difference. I think Tustin's a big physical football team like this. I think Newport probably throws a little bit better, which kind of keeps you a little off balance.
First 10.
Now they shift into a wing.
Mandarino's a good 7 yards away from the quarterback. He gets
great call.
Craig has some room. He cuts inside, he falls down in the 22. Ballard makes a good tackle.
Paul, that is a wonderful call, because when you shift to the slot like that with the fullback, everybody looks at the power. So they squeeze that down, and you run power keep. And I'll tell you, when Craig got outside on the corner, the only guy that can tackle him, and look at the ball fake, is the free safety. And here comes Ballard, the free safety. He'll come into your picture, and he is a very sure open field tackler.
Good job of tackling down below the ankles, or right at the ankles. Mandarino will get it. He's a big, strong young man. Stays on his feet inside the 15-yard line. Ballard comes up to make the play.
The big guys up front.
Newport Harbor Sailors are moving, and Jeff Brinkley here has this to say about his great running back.
This is a winner, and we knew that. And he hadn't lost a game as a JV quarterback as a sophomore. He didn't lose a game as a varsity quarterback as a junior. However, we could see the writing on the wall that there was a possibility of us needing him as our tailback this year. So last spring and through the summer and through double days, we had worked him part-time as a tailback, and he knew there was the possibility that we were going to make that switch.
They made the switch. It was a good one.
I think everybody's happy. I think, you know, I think Jeff, one of his great coaching talents over the years has been putting people in the right places. And I'm sure that Chris Mandarino at some point in time felt like, and he's a team guy, as Jeff said, that this was the very best thing. But, you know, this guy doesn't come off the field. He plays every down at weak side linebacker and carries the ball probably 80% of the time.
Morgan Craig at quarterback, 2nd and 8. 7.5 to play in the first half. Craig rolls out. There's a flag on the play. Completed to number 9. Stand on his feet. Andy Rankin.
Now they're going to call that. They're going to call that a fumble into the end zone and a touchback. And if the penalty doesn't negate this, Irvine would get the ball on the 20-yard line, Paul. That's it.
Wow. That's a huge play for the Irvine Vaqueros. Zach Taylor, we were talking about him. Jeff Brinkley going out. Now the penalty against Newport Harbor.
Touchback. First down.
Boy, I'll tell you, what a big turn of events right now. And Andy Rankin just trying to get to the end zone. And as he was struggling for the last yard, he fumbled the ball into the end zone. It's recovered by Irvine. That's a touchback, and that gives Irvine the ball on the 20-yard line. Wow.
Still trying to get some forward progress, and he wasn't being pushed back, and the ball pops up, rolls into the end zone.
You know, you have to love the effort, though. I mean, he's just trying like crazy to get to the last stripe. Let's see if Irvine can cash in on this good fortune.
We didn't talk about turnovers coming into tonight's game. Peter Ave gets hit pretty hard at the 20-yard line, so
Garrett Troncale squeezing down from his position on defense. And Paul, everybody I talked to that played Newport said the front 7 that they present, just about as physical a bunch as they've ever seen.
Troncale with a great tackle on Peter Ave, who's very elusive. If you can get Peter anywhere with some running room, watch out. He's got plenty of speed. He wants to come back this year, stay on his feet, and get into the end zone. And the CIF final, such a great little running back. All kinds of things going on. Doomey dives ahead for an extra yard on that play. But Newport Harbor, again, with solid defense up front, led by number 5 and also number 78 coming in to make the play.
Nick Mogadam, number 78. Nice play because he was blocked at the start of that play and then came off the block. You know, coaches will tell you, you're going to get blocked. Don't stay blocked.
That's right. So Mogadam with a good tackle.
That sounded good. That was coach's time.
Well, you were asked last night when you're going to coach again in the
I'm coaching you
football.
Tomorrow out there in the sandlots.
Well, I'll be in on a plane to the Aloha land.
Oh, you. Yeah, tell them how long you get to stay.
About 24 hours.
Yeah, 1 day in Hawaii.
A pass. It's a good pass. On the other end, it's completed to Eric Patton. Still on his feet. Down to the 10. He's going to get in. Touchdown, Irvine.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know how he caught that ball because the defense was excellent. Travis Otot threw a strike, and Eric Patton makes a great catch and then fights off a tackler and gets in the end zone. And I tell you, there's a guy you got to give credit to. Travis Otot. I tell you what, he's not the biggest guy, doesn't have the greatest throwing motion. What he does is perform. And I tell you what, that's what you want in a quarterback. I've seen a lot of guys that look nice at that position. This guy can play.
Travis Otot to Eric Patton. I like that phrase, Bill. It was 3rd and 7, and they come up with a touchdown. The kick, it's up, and it's good. That's something they didn't do last year. They didn't get the PAT. They get it this year. Doomey, 7-0 Irvine. We'll be back with more of high school football. We're only in the second.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company's been voted best family dining in San Diego.
Or the salads. Great food, great beer, and the kids love the games.
Or the appetizers.
The pasta.
For the Mug Club.
The best pizza in town.
That's right. For the 6th straight year, we've been voted the best pizza in San Diego.
I love Loose Cannon. It's got tons of garlic, lots of great fresh tomatoes, and a great crust.
Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company.
Now in Mission Viejo, near the corner of Alicia and Violinda, 1 block east of Geronimo.
We've been interviewing many of our most important customers. Here's what they're saying about Family Toyota.
My daughter and I just love our new Camry and the deal we got here at Family Toyota. Oh,
it's a perfect truck.
the perfect dealership.
This RAV4 is definitely cool, and so is my experience with Family Toyota.
I think you get the message.
Irvine Vaqueros band playing loud and clear. They lead it 7-0 on the near side with where we are. Newport Harbor Sailor fans didn't like the non-call that much, but it was a pretty darn good play either way. That was not pass interference, I don't think, Bill.
No.
There's a little touching.
I'll tell you, what you could maybe have called there was offensive pass interference.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it looked like a little push off there, but there's a lot of bumping and jostling that goes on.
You got to let him play. Travis Otot to Eric Patton, who sat out 2 games, and he comes in and scores the first touchdown tonight for Irvine. Don't think it will be the last. Taken on the 3-yard line. Newport Harbor trying to get something going on offense. They picked up a couple turnovers by the Irvine Vaqueros, bringing up the ball number 22, D. Johnson.
Now, what you really need to look at now is perhaps how Irvine is defending this Newport offense. They play what's called a Bear 46, which is an 8-man front. They do leave their corners out on an island sometimes, but that 8-man front in high school works pretty well because there are probably more good running teams than passing teams. And J.C. Clark is coaching this thing to perfection. They really get after it.
5:38 to go in the half. Irvine leads it 7-0. Mandarino started to get warmed up on that last drive. You can see he was starting to punch the holes a little more effective than Tustin did 1 week ago.
When you tackle this guy, you better hang on because both of these programs have excellent weight training facilities. They make great use of them. These are all really strong football players. But you can't imagine, unless you've done this, how much of a beating the running back takes. I mean, it's not like a wide receiver, maybe one guy's after you. He's got 8 or 9 guys trying to hit him on every down.
He's 6'1", 205 pounds. 2nd and 5 with 5 minutes to go in the first half. 7-0 Irvine. Morgan Craig back to pass. Throws a strike and then pops off the shoulder pads of the receiver and falls incomplete. So it'll bring up a 3rd down intended for number 86, who's been pretty live out there, John Vandersloot. First his attempt at the ball.
Paul, if you do choose to play this Bear front with the 8 guys up, this is kind of one of the ways you have to attack it because the corners are on an island out there. They're all by themselves. And if you can buy yourself 3 seconds to throw, which would be difficult against Irvine, then you can take advantage of those one-on-one matchups.
Eric Patton scores a touchdown, then he comes back and makes a good defensive play.
This is one way to do it. Spread Irvine out. They go 4 wide receivers.
Mandarino has some room, runs over his own lineman, but the tackle made, and they go short of the first down.
We're going to show you a good look now at what Morgan Craig likes to do to buy some time, and that is play action pass. You're going to see them fake the ball to Mandarino, which gives him 8 guys protecting, and then they like to run just 2-man routes. You can see the play action fake, tight end stays in, the 2 wide receivers run the 17-yard curl.
Burchell gets a great punt off.
Kick.
It's a huge punt. Ballard has to let it go, and it goes out of bounds in the 21. Now, he didn't get off too many good punts in the first quarter, but here in the second, man, has he nailed one. We'll be back. Irvine leads at 7-0. 4:19 to go in the half.
You find a good quality used car that won't cost you a fortune? Capistrano Car Company. Where are most cars under $10,000 and many under $7,500? Capistrano Car Company. Where can you find the nicest guys in town? Capistrano Car Company. When you want a good quality used car without having to deal with all the hype, go to Capistrano Car Company. Take the Avery exit off the 5 freeway. Head west 1 block. Turn left onto Camino Capistrano, and we're there, right next to In-N-Out Burgers.
It's your waiting room. Your quiet zone. Your way home. Keep it cool. Bring your car to the new Midas and let a pro inspect your air conditioning system, because it's hot out there. Now just $19.99. Cool.
'Cause that's how your life goes.
We're a new way to keep a good thing going. Go Midas.
A 60-yard punt by Newport Harbor Burchell gets it on the 21, Irvine does. Trips to the far side, but they go up. Godfrey Young, there's a penalty on the play. Interior line.
You know, those are guys that, again, we should talk about. They don't get a lot of press, but Matt McKinney, Nick Gasper, Max Malapis, Ramakashani, and Tyler Wright, the offensive line for Irvine. And, you know, I really do like that explosion huddle where the quarterback will send the receivers and the running backs out, and then he comes up and the offensive line sprints to the ball, and they snap it. And on defense, you better be heads up.
You better be ready. So they'll back it up 5. Actually, it's a holding play. So Jeff Brinkley looking on. Coach Terry Hennigan talking to his quarterback, Travis Otot, who, as you said, Bill, doesn't get a whole lot of credit, but he's doing his job.
Oh, he's doing a great job. He reminds me of a guy that I got to coach for a year that I just very fond of, a guy named Aaron Garcia. And Aaron played at Irvine on one of their CIF championship teams. And if you remember, he also pitched in the Little League World Series.
Certainly. It's amazing how long ago that was.
Oh, don't blink.
Like just yesterday.
Now they will. Now wait. That's. Gosh, I wish that wasn't a penalty. I understand that he moved the football, but I hope the officials get together and say, look, let us replay that down and not call a penalty. He came up and slipped as he was trying to get set. There's no intent there. That was just poor footing. Now let's see what they do.
John Stoney.
Thank you, officials. That's great. That's great officiating.
John Stoney, Rick Sherwood, Mike Davis, Bill Clark, and Richard Hanna.
Guys, that's terrific because the center, as he came up to take his stance, slipped and kind of kicked the football. Okay, yeah, we're going to take a look at the Irvine bubble screen in just a minute.
You are fired, huh?
I want to go, baby. Let's play. Ian Bannigan off the corner.
All right, let's take a look at this bubble screen that Bill has brought to you on the virtual reality playbook.
This is Irvine in the white, and you can see the quarterback on the bubble screen is only going to take just one step, and he's going to throw it to that wing back, and the 2 blockers in front create the best situation in football, and that is one-on-one, 1 tackler, 1 ball carrier.
Second down and 20. We're burning through these virtual. We're burning through these. We're not going to have any for the second half. Let's play football in the second half. Otot, boy, he just barely gets the ball off. So Irvine not in sync, not in their rhythm right now. Godfrey Young, the ball carrier. So this will bring up a 3rd down and about 15. Yep.
You know what happens in a game like this, Paul? As a coach, you want everything to go right, and when it doesn't go right, and both of these guys have this quality, I think, especially offensively, you have to have patience.
That's right.
You have to say, now, I don't want to do anything crazy in this field position because it's only the middle of the second quarter, so patience is a virtue in this situation.
2.5 minutes to go in this first half. Irvine with the lead. 4 receivers in all. Godfrey Young back in the backfield. Otot's going to go right down the middle. And it's going to be picked off. Picked off by number 20, making a great play is Dane Barton. So that's the 3rd Irvine turnover in the first half. So far, Newport Harbor has not capitalized yet. This is a fine time to try that.
Paul, that's a play that Irvine has used for a long time, and we can show that to you later on. It's 4 vertical routes. The 4 receivers go straight up the field. It almost ensures that the outside guy will be single covered, but you have to throw it earlier than that because that's a safety making that interception.
That's a heck of a pass, but...
Clip here. It'll be a 1st down.
So a clip on the run back.
Didn't seem like there was enough time for a clip to happen, huh?
So the official.
You know, I know you're this way too. I was fired. I was ready to watch this game last night.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fun stuff.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. 2:20 to go in this first half. So penalties and turnovers have been an issue so far in this first half for both teams. We'll see if Newport Harbor can capitalize on that interception. Morgan Craig's going to throw one up. Trying to run underneath it is his receiver, number 10. Can't get there, Mitch Gray, pardon me.
They tried a little pump and go.
Well, the second quarter tonight is being brought to you by Cox On Demand. It's like having your own blockbuster movie library right at your fingertips, and you never have to rent, rewind, or return again. Also by Family Honda, proud sponsors of our pregame show, and by AAA Auto Care, located across the street from Home Depot in Mission Viejo, and by the city of San Juan Capistrano, www.sanjuancapistrano.org on the web.
Paul, you can see how vulnerable it is down here at the bottom of the field. Just straight one-on-one, but that's the way you spread out the defense, too.
Mandarino gets across the 45 to the 46. The passing game hasn't been super successful for Newport Harbor. So here they come up with a second down and about 5 for a first, 2:04 to go. The clock isn't the issue yet. I would say the first down would be the issue right away.
Well,
talk about that in just a second. Chris Mandarino, though, he talks about the emotions of 1 week ago when they played La Mirada.
I think it won't hit us till maybe a few weeks afterwards, but that's definitely something that'll be in probably the back of all the seniors' minds, that this is our last chance to strap it up and go after it, and hopefully that'll motivate us.
Chris talking about the emotions of tonight's game. It's going to be his last game with Newport Harbor, and you know he's going to be playing in a number of, if he wants to, all-star games.
You know, Paul, he's so right about the emotions that go along with this, because what you don't perhaps realize at this point in time is if you take every senior that's on the field tonight, there'll be a huge percentage of that group that won't play football anymore. This will be it. But I'll tell you what, if you had your choice, what a way to go out.
Boy,
you know,
CIF final.
Playing a game like this.
I want to thank Jeff Brinkley for coming down to the studio this week, and J.C. Clark from Irvine. It's 3rd and 4. Craig, back to pass. Here they come. The Vaqueros are coming, but nobody's on this side. He's got a man open. It's completed. They're going to get the first down and then some down at the 34-yard line. Data for the pass completion.
You know, Paul, there are some things about the Bear defense that are very vulnerable, and that is if you give a quarterback that long to throw the ball, whether you flush him out of the pocket, in this case, they block a lot of guys, but here comes that Irvine defense. Give Morgan some credit here for being able to throw on the run, because his receiver is wide open. It's just the chance to see him that counts.
Ballard with the tackle. This pass will go incomplete. And just missing on the quarterback sack just moments ago was Andy Howe.
Now, we want to show you something about this isolation play that Newport runs. And, Paul, it really is all predicated on where the Irvine linebackers line up. If they try to isolate, you can see the linebacker I've circled there is on the strong side of the formation. If they see he's over there, then they're going to run to the weak side, which is where this play goes. And this is their isolation play. A cross block, the fullback leads, and you're going to run away from that inside Bear linebacker.
1:38 to go in this first half, 7-0 Irvine. Craig back to pass. He wants to get rid of it here because they're going to at least hope for maybe attempting a field goal if they could get to where their first down marker is at the 25-yard line. But he's going to lose some yards here.
Can you see what J.C. Clark likes to do when he gets his back against the wall? He's going to bring the kids
likes to come at you.
You bet.
And you know, he's a very humorous guy.
I like him.
We have cardboard cutouts of President Bush and John Kennedy in our studio, and he wanted to take him home with him. Because I want to take those guys home with me. You see Craig rolling out, good pressure there by Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor again, putting some pressure on.
So now they're backed up, Bill, to the 42-yard line. 1.5 to go. 3rd and 17, so a loss of 7 on that play. Craig back to pass again. He's going to come up in the pocket. He's feeling the pressure from behind. He lets this one loose, and Ballard can't get there for the pick.
The most difficult, there's a flag at the top of the field, Paul. We're going to see what this call is, but the most difficult thing for a quarterback is you see the Bear front, and then on this 3rd and long situation,
illegal forward pass thrown beyond the line of scrimmage.
You can hear that call by the official that Morgan Craig was across the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. That's a loss of down penalty. But, Paul, they were in kind of Newport's defense that time. 4 rush guys and drop 7. And if you can put pressure on with just 4 guys rushing the passer, you're in business.
So Ballard back deep for Irvine. So once again, Irvine sustains, turning the ball over.
Let's see if they block it or set the picket up.
Boy, this is another great punt by Burchell. Fair catch being made on the 16, 17 yard line. So with 1:19 to go, plenty of time to set up a scoring drive. It only took 3 plays the last time. 3 plays, 80 yards, a 77-yard pass completion from Travis Otot to Eric Patton. It was a great catch, a little touch and go with Patton and the defender, but he gets in, makes a great play, a spin move, and he goes in.
That's something, that's right. And Vince Lombardi said this. He said great players play great in big games. And we've already had Alan Sines with a tremendous play on defense, Ian Bannigan with a couple of great plays. Paul, these are games where when the game is over, you may look at the score, but every guy gets to relive it in his mind about a play. Maybe nobody saw it, but maybe he made a great play, and it's something to remember for the rest of his life.
Peter Abe gets the carry, and unseasonably warm weather right now in December. We've really have not had a super cold night when we've done a Friday night game this year. Do you realize that?
Well, we mailed that in. We asked if we could
certainly did.
I'll tell you what, there's a guy you want to coach right there. Number 5, Alan Sines, that linebacker. He takes care of tackle to tackle. He just says, hey, go ahead, try and run the trap, try and run between the tackles. And he's got some great help inside. Nick Mogadam, C.J. Collins, Garrett Troncali, Ian Bannigan, that front, and then Mandarino, Sines, and Rankin, the linebackers. Now, Newport is quickly going to call a timeout, I think. Yes, they are, Paul. And 32 seconds left. What their plan is if you can stop Irvine on this 3rd down play, you call another timeout, and then see if you can get the ball back and do something special with whatever's left in the half. And right now, there's only 32 seconds left.
You set it 3rd and 10, ball on the 17-yard line. Taking a look at Terry Hennigan right there. He had J.C. Clark come down to our studio, and J.C. Clark talked about the seniors on this Irvine Vaquero team.
I've just never seen a group that seems to have such a high football IQ. I don't know if they all played a lot of junior football or whatever, but very, very high football IQ. They're all very smart, and they grasp things very quickly. So Coach Hennigan can run a pretty sophisticated offense, and we try and run a pretty sophisticated defense, and they pick it all up, and they pick it up fast, and they enjoy playing. That's the other thing about them. They all seem to enjoy practice. They enjoy playing the games, and they enjoy being dogs spent out by the end of the game by playing so hard.
It pretty much sums it up about the Irvine Vaqueros, J.C. Clark's quote there.
I think that you'd probably make a great case for the Irvine seniors and for the Newport Harbor seniors, because you don't get to this game 2 years in a row by having 1 week class. And these guys are something special. Now, the Newport Harbor scheme works out pretty well. They call another timeout. There are 25 seconds left in the half. Irvine's going to have to punt, and Newport will get a chance either to go after it, and then maybe that's your plan. Maybe you want to go with the all-out block, or set up a return, see if you can get great field position and give it a shot.
So Irvine, with the only score, came in the 2nd quarter, and we'll see the halftime highlights and the stats at halftime.
Paul, maybe if we have a second here, we could recognize Jeff Brinkley's staff: Mike Vargas, Zach Beal, Bill Brown, Matt Burns, Bill Calloway, Evan Chalmers, and Pat Paterni. And Coach Harry Hennigan's staff: J.C. Clark, Ed Brady, Emilio Espinoza, Dan Cartwright, Mike Masarenka, Tim Langham, Brandon Payne, and Evan Little. Those are the guys that you don't get to hear much about. I tell you what, could never happen without those guys. The hours they put in, how much they care about the kids, that's special. Now Irvine calls a timeout, and I think they were short a guy on the punt team, and then that would be thrilling if you were the punter.
So it's 4th down and 3, 25 seconds to go in this first half. Sure has quieted down here. Irvine band is going to perform at halftime, and they're a very exciting band. Congratulations to them on all their success this year. Newport Harbor is the home team tonight. Last year, as you said, Bill, was just the opposite. Newport Harbor won that game.
Well, let's see how Newport chooses to do it. Looks like they're going to try to go for a return.
Josh Short is the punter, and he gets a good one off, and it goes all the way to the 50-yard line, right next to Eric Patton. Takes a Newport Harbor bounce. Doomie comes up, downs the ball, so 16 seconds to go. They'll have a couple plays maybe to work with if they throw a pass completion, they get out of bounds. Maybe get in field goal range.
You'll get a chance now to see Irvine playing Newport's defense. They're going to play rush 4, drop 7, and the way you can attack this, you're probably not going to have a lot of success beating it deep, but you can throw underneath it and hope for a long run, or if you have a little pitch and pitch, hook and ladder, if you got something up your sleeve, give your kicker a chance.
Mitch Gray wide to the right. Mandarino's going to be the ball carrier. So he gets a lot of yards on that carry. Doesn't get it first, gets about 7. And this will bring the clock to 6 seconds, and they're going to just wind this thing up. Go into halftime, reassess things. The score at half. Irvine McCarroll 7, the Newport Harbor Sailors nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show and much more. You're watching the Game of the Week right here on Channel 3.
They're planning on building a toll road and destroying it all?
Let the school districts decide where they want to spend the money.
What do we have to gain by this if we're not going to have Melrose dismissed?
Under what basis consider El Toro Airport unsafe?
Is it true that Orange County is going to be the next Silicon Valley?
Welcome back to the Game of the Week. The score at halftime, the Irvine McCarroll 7, the Newport Harbor Sailors, the home team tonight, and the returning CIF champions, nothing. It's been a first half filled with turnovers, not scoring, and big defensive plays, Bill.
Well, I think you might expect the turnovers from a nerve standpoint, but some interceptions. The ball's been on the ground a few times. Mandarino has 16 carries for 72 yards in the first half. It wouldn't seem like he has 72 watching him, but he's earned every inch of it. And one big play, the long pass to Patton. In the second half, I think you may see more scoring only because nerves are gone. It's time to go. And I think you're going to see more Mandarino from Newport Harbor. And I think you're going to see more running from Irvine.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of scoring as we talked about, but let's go to the halftime highlights and show you what happened in the first half. Here we go with Travis Otot rolling back, Bill. And I know he wants to have some big plays tonight, and it's hard to come.
Look at that interception by Alan Sines, the big guy in the middle with a very athletic move to tip the ball up, and then he intercepted it. And so far, he's just done a marvelous job on defense.
That was one of 3 turnovers by Irvine, but Travis Otot feeling the pressure again. How about that big play? Not only does he deflect the ball out of the hands of the quarterback, he comes up with the fumble.
Well, Ian Bannigan is a tremendous defensive football player, but he did it both. That time he knocked the ball loose and recovered the fumble.
This was the big play, though, Bill. 3 plays, 80 yards, a 77-yard strike. How does Eric Patton hang on and catch that ball? Plus, here, a nice spin move to cut it back inside.
Well, that's the biggest play of the game so far. They don't go deep that often, but when they do, they try and get the one-on-one matchup. Patton has about 5 or 6 inches on the corner. He's a bigger guy. They may come back to that again.
We talked about Eric Patton didn't play the last 2 games. He comes in fresh in this game. It could prove effective in the second half. These kids are young. They are in shape. Both teams are very physical. Who's going to be more physical in the second half? And if that team is more physical, is that the team that's going to win?
Well, I think Newport is a more physical football team, but that hasn't stopped Irvine ever. You know, it's just that their quickness is what they use to win with.
Standing room only here at Orange Coast College. It's a great crowd. Everyone's having a good time. We're up there on the Newport Harbor side. It's a little quiet. We'll see if we can get them pumped up for the second half. We'll be back with more of the Game of the Week right here on Channel 3.
If television was like the internet, you probably wouldn't watch it. But what if the internet was more like TV? It is. with At Home, the internet at warp speed.
It's like instantaneous. As soon as you click onto a site, bam, it's there.
Using the same big cable that brings you television programming, you'll download up to 100 times faster than with a 28 8K modem. Call today to join more than 1 million subscribers and get the most complete internet service available for your home. Call now.
Hey, thanks a lot for calling Coach's Corner Live. What would you like to talk about this evening?
Great show. You guys do an awesome job. Coaching style different than your predecessor's coaching style? There hasn't been any injury can affect the recruiting trail and what college did you pick from?
Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Higgins. Paul Higgins. Check us out live. Live. Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Newport Harbor will kick it off to start the second half of play. They'll kick it from right to left as Irvine will go back deep. They won the coin toss, Irvine did, and they deferred to have the ball in the second half, which most teams are doing now.
Paul, just thinking out loud a little bit when Newport's on offense. What position did Chris Mandarino play last year?
On offense?
Yes, what
quarterback.
Position?
Yeah.
Okay, how about a halfback option?
Oh, there you go. That's a great play, Bill. Godfrey Young has the ball. He's got a little bit of room. This is what they do. They do this so special across midfield at the 45-yard line. Whether it's a punt, whether it's a kickoff, Bill, they seem to have a way to set up the wall.
You know, the special teams again, and everyone talks about Irvine's special teams. There's Ed Brady that coaches them up over there, but their punt return and their kickoff return is just something special. They work so hard on it. Now watch this. The ball's on the ground for a while, which might have some teams, but every guy has a guy. There's a hat on every player. And look at that lane that they create.
Ballard leading the blocking. Godfrey Young right behind him. Gets over midfield. Knocked out of bounds by number 14, Duke Burchell. First and 10 from the 47. Travis Otod over the middle. It's completed down to the 30-yard line. Bobby had an opportunity to talk with both coaches at halftime. Bobby, what'd they say?
Well, first off, Coach Hennigan of Irvine, I asked him if he was satisfied that those 3 turnovers, that they did not hurt him. And he said, yes, he's satisfied about that, and he's just satisfied that they're not behind right now. Secondly, I asked him if it is as hard as they expected to move the ball against Newport, and he said that they've never been able to move the ball very well against this Newport Harbor defense. He says basically they're just going to try and be patient in the second half and hopefully get lucky to put some more points up on the board. On the other side, Jeff Brinkley of Newport Harbor, I asked him if he's going to spread the offense a little bit more to make some more room for Mandarino, and he said that they cannot spread it too much more because Irvine plays man-to-man defense, and they need to be aware of that. I also asked him what happened with those turnovers, why they haven't been able to make put some points up on the board because of that. And he said basically their pass protection has not been very good. Their quarterback has been rushed, and that's something that they're going to try and improve upon this second half. Also, he said defensively, they're going to stay with their same game plan, that they are happy with how their defense is playing. Back up to you.
Great information, Bobby. Thank you very much. I know you had to hustle to get both coaches, and ran into Tom Simmons at halftime. He said, boy, there's a lot of people on the field tonight.
Nice job, Bobby, because, you know, honest to goodness, it's a tough job you have down there, Bobby, because the coaches have so much on their mind. But thanks to Terry and Jeff for taking the time to share that stuff and keep the viewers kind of abreast of what's going on.
I want to once again thank Cutter and Buck, shops at Mission Viejo Mall. Check them out during the Christmas holidays. Empty set, 4 wide receivers in all. Our 4 receivers in all over the middle with some room. Short down to the 20-yard line.
Paul, I'll tell you the little game they're playing here, and it's kind of cute. Josh Short that time shifted. David Doomey motioned out and stopped, so they moved the tight end from the right side to the left side, and then Josh Short slow blocks. Now, that's a football term. He's going to stay in, and release right now. And there he is coming out late. When he's pass blocking, everybody forgets about him. Irvine's doing a nice job of using the empty offense right now to kind of move the ball.
Josh Short eludes Andy Rankin, who slides out and gets some more yards on that effort. So Irvine with the ball, Bill, and if they score here, it's not that this is a high-scoring affair and teams are going back and forth up the football field. You got to start thinking about one score, two scores. It's tough to get a score, any score right now.
That's absolutely right. When you have two great defensive teams like this, you're going to see, and it's the history of this series, a lot of 2- and 3 touchdown games, meaning that if you get 3 touchdowns as an offense, you've done a great job. And I don't think these games have ever been separated by more than about a touchdown.
The series is tied at 8 apiece. Godfrey Young picks up 1 yard on the carry. It was 3rd down, so now this brings up a 4th. Do you bring in Doomey here, or do you go with somebody like a Godfrey Young, a Doomey to run the ball instead of kick the ball?
Well, Doomey can definitely kick it from this distance, but Terry right now probably has something else on his mind. And I think if it's 4th and a yard, if they have a keep off of that play, Travis Otot might get the 1st down. Let's watch if they do their quick huddle. Attack the line.
Doomey at fullback. Godfrey Young gets the ball and gets the 1st down. Stays on his feet to the 15-yard line.
I think the thing that makes that work, Paul, is that lightning huddle, where they just break, hit the line, take the snap, and go. And the defense is still sometimes trying to figure out where to line up. Oh, that's just a great job by that offensive line.
O-line tonight has done a wonderful job for the Irvine Vaqueros. Even though the score, it's only 7-0, they have done a very good job. Irvine has turned over the ball 3 times. That could be a deciding factor, but right now it has no factor on this game. Empty set, 5 receivers in all. Patton in the slot. Doomey on the right. They're going to go Doomey's way. He catches it. Touchdown, Irvine.
Now, I'll tell you why he catches it is because the inside receiver, Patton, is running a little sideline cut, and in that defense in the man-to-man, the corner got lost, and that's easy to do. Travis Otot with another great job, because you know how many blockers you have in an empty set? You have your 5 offensive linemen, and Signs blitz that time. So that's just a tremendous drive by Irvine, and that is a big, big score. 2 touchdowns down for Newport Harbor against that Irvine defense. That's a big order.
The kick, it's up, it's good. Doomey gets the point after attempt. He's on fire tonight. The Irvine Vaqueros lead it 14-0. We'll be back. We'll show you that touchdown right after this, or right now.
Enjoy Cox Digital Cable and Disneyland this holiday season. Right now, Disneyland Park, the merriest place on earth, is transformed into a holiday fantasy world. With zillions of lights and Believe in Holiday Magic, a new fireworks spectacular celebrating the beauty and joy of holiday memories. With the grandest of all finales, snow every night. Treat yourself to Cox Digital Cable this holiday season. Call today for a free upgrade and be sure to ask about passports to Disneyland.
Hungry for good television? The Superstation serves up television that's good enough to eat. We take one popular movie, perfect, add some spicy hosts.
The censors have got their hands full tonight.
Throw in some theme-inspired dishes, and mix it all together for a hot helping of satisfying entertainment. Dinner and a movie, Friday nights. We got the movies and we got the food, and we're putting it all together for you. Only on the Superstation. Cheers.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the game of the week. 9:14 to go in this 3rd quarter of play. First and... That's mine.
Oh, sorry. We're over here drawing plays.
I know you are. You just want to write on me because I've been writing on you all season long.
I got those, all my pants. Claudia wants to know what all the ink is on the left-hand leg. This is my partner. And hey, I want to tell you and the staff and everybody, this is the last football game we get to do of the year, and I just want to thank all of you for putting up with my hyperactivity and all this stuff. Gordon, Marcus, everybody, Bill, everybody in the truck, James and you and Bobby and everybody, thanks for having me. This is more fun than I can tell you. It's my way of still coaching football.
I don't know who else would be sitting in that chair, Bill.
I keep drooling on you and hitting your left elbow. And
no, that's okay.
Which shoulder was operated on?
My right one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want to see if you're ready to play football.
They'll kick it off from the 35-yard line. Newport Harbor down 14-0 here in the 3rd.
Brian Porteous, the bull rider, was kicking off.
That's right.
I loved his mom last week. I said, does he ride bulls? And she said, yeah, not for very long.
A great kick down to the 9-yard line. With a little bit of breathing room, number 22 bringing the football up. It's a second return, Dave Johnson. coming up to make the play. Irvine Vaqueros on special teams. Their special teams are really fun to watch. Number 45, you see there coming up on the tackle. Not going off the field is Boucher.
You know, Paul, I mentioned it earlier, and I'll mention it again, that these two coaches represent the best in high school football. And just looking at the two teams, those are the cleanest. I mean, the uniforms are just perfect. Everyone wears them the same way, and that's the mark of a team.
A whole lot of unity going on. Chris Mandarino, who rushed for over 200 yards a week ago. As you said, Bill, he quietly got 70-some-odd yards in the first half.
He did. He had 16 carries for 72 yards. And again, I think he'll break one tonight. But if you are Irvine right now, I think you put your focus on that young man. And it's a high compliment when you have 8 or 9 guys on defense trying to stop you.
Mandarino, 16 rushes, 54 yards. What did I get?
I trust ours. The stadium announcer said 72.
Yeah, okay. That's where we got that from.
But he's drinking that funny iced tea.
Yeah.
So. Now, same guy that did such a great job last week. And that's Jordan Gwynn. Jordan Gwynn, excuse me. And he did a couple of things last week I thought were tremendous against Tustin in terms of turning plays in. This time, he knocks a pass down, and he's one of those 2 rush ins for Irvine. Most of the time, they're wide enough where they're unblocked, so they get a chance to do that kind of stuff.
8:28 to go in the third quarter. Plenty of time left for Newport Harbor to get on the board. A whole quarter and a half and then some. Mandarino really hasn't broken one yet, but you know he's got one in. Might have taken too much time off the clock. And our official tonight referee is John Stoney. Umpire Rick Sherwood, Mike Davis, Bill Clark, and Richard Hanna doing a great job.
Dead ball, offsides, offense.
That's offsides on defense.
Yeah. So I thought it was too much time, but it was actually the defense jumping off sides. And Bill, the officials, even though he said offense and he meant defense, we know what he was talking about.
Sure.
They have worked so hard, and they've been selected to do this championship game for a reason.
Very high on.
They are the best in what they do in the high school level. So 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I'm looking down here on the sidelines. I see number 11 for Newport Harbor. That's Michael McDonald, who's the son of Paul McDonald, a real good friend of mine, and Paul, a great quarterback at SC and in the NFL.
Completed there.
Well, I'll tell you, he's a step away from popping it too, and that's Brian Gaeta. That was a nice throw by Morgan Craig.
We talked about Brian Gaeta before the game, and in that first half, so Morgan Craig, you just need one. You need one first down, and then you start getting in the groove. But we'll see. Irvine, man, they have been there, and they have stopped up the holes. They have rushed the quarterback. Bobby said at halftime, or just to start this second half, she said that Coach Brinkley wants to get more time for his quarterback to throw the ball. He had some good time there.
Well, we showed you a play action earlier on the virtual playbook where they have 8 guys blocking. They keep the tailback and the fullback in, and they did it that time, and he did have about 3 seconds to get that pass off.
Morgan Craig drops back, and a little more time there.
They do the same play to the other side.
There's a flag that comes winging in from the back judge.
Paul, that is a new CIF record for flag throwing.
That went 25 yards.
At least. That's the back judge that threw that thing, and I hope he doesn't have a sore arm.
Richard Hanna chucking that one in. He did a good job of torpedoing it along the turf.
That's right.
No flag.
Our director, Marcus Williams, has, if we get in this situation, has got the Irvine punt return ready, and we'll show the people that Irvine picket that is so. Last week it resulted in a touchdown that was called back, but I thought it'd be fun to draw that one up and show the people at home what that thing looks like. And we have a first down, and we'll call it
12.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Switch to second down and 12.
There's the screen.
They set it up nicely. They've got a lane. Newport Harbor is going to have a first down. Mandarino gets it up to the 50-yard line. And Bill, what a beautifully designed play. And they played it off to perfection.
They did. And I think as much play action passing as they do, you can't forget Mandarino because they faked to him, but then they screamed to him also. And that's a nice play call. There's the fake. And Morgan Craig looks off, and there he is, number 1, and he's out there with a nice block in front of him, and he gets a first down.
Guillen almost got to the quarterback, but Mandarino comes up with a first down. So Mandarino hasn't been able to really effectively run the football the way he's used to, but here he goes through the air. And that's what I mean about Mandarino.
Well, we can show you now with the virtual playbook this Irvine Bear 46 defense. And you can see they try to cover the 3 interior linemen if they can. The whole idea of this defense is those 5 down linemen keep the linebackers unblocked. And that's why the linebackers in the Bear defense are going to make a lot of tackles. But you also see out on the corners there, those corners are all by themselves.
So Irvine with a 14-0 lead right now. They got a touchdown in the second quarter, and then again a touchdown here in the third.
Paul, we had a, you know those rolling blackouts we have here in Southern California because of the power shortage?
The scoreboard is out.
The scoreboard is out, so this would be an inopportune time to have a rolling blackout.
Well, you know, my father-in-law, JC, he is up behind the scoreboard, and he's on the lift. That's our end zone shot. If we can show our scoreboard over there.
He didn't touch those wires together, did he, up there?
And JC is up there, so we'll see if JC can plug it back in. There you go. There's JC above the Cox 3. Hey, JC, give us a wave, man. There you go. So he's up there.
So the people are cheering for him. Can you hear that?
Yeah. So that's where he's at to get that end zone shot. A shot that I really like, by the way. It's a wonderful shot. It sets up the play nicely.
My favorite.
So standing room only crowd here, and if you look around, if you're here, I know you are, but if you look around the field, there's people standing the entire circumference of this field. So pretty special night, all these kids being honored. There's that end zone shot, and we're going to use it for our proud sponsors tonight. This game of the week is being brought to you by Family Honda, the second happiest place on earth. Also by Airlift, the scissor lift specialists. Give them a call at 1-800-266-LIFT. And by Laguna Surf and Sport, the proud sponsors of the players of the game. And by Stuffed Pizza and Brewing Company in Mission Viejo. Our crew says it's the best pizza around. And Bill, we also want to thank Cutter and Buck tonight. And you go there, Bill, what do you spend? You know the deal.
Well, Corinne, the manager, wanted us to be sure and pass this along. If you go to Cutter and Buck,
the correct information.
That's right. If you go to Cutter and Buck, if you spend $125, you get a $25 gift certificate. If you spend $250 or more, you get a $50 gift certificate. And be sure and stop in there and tell them Paul and Bill sent you.
That's right. Very nice people.
They are.
And Bill, you look very sharp tonight. You've got your Cutter and Buck outfit on.
Thank you.
And I'll put this right in front of you. How about that?
Goes along.
You shuffled that piece of paper around like 9 different ways. Well, the scoreboard is back up. 6-12 as they wind it up. Called about 2nd and 9 right now. Morgan back to pass, and he gets one off. Has a man open, completed, stays on his feet, has one man to beat, and then he's tackled on the 26-yard line. Great pass and a great play. Newport Harbor now getting into St. Brian Gata with the pass completion. Morgan, what a beautiful pass.
Here's what they did again. They put 2 tight ends in the game and the tailback blocks, so they have 8-man protection, and they run a 2-man route. And that was a double sideline. You can see, look, everybody's blocking. Craig has enough time, and he throws to the deeper of the 2 sideline routes. Nice timing, nice catch, and almost a touchdown.
Egan just misses him. 1st and 10, 5:40 to go in this third. Mandarino right up the middle, stays on his feet, gets down to the 16-yard line.
He's starting to get fired up now, and his running backs will tell you, see, I'll probably be better on the 20th carry than I am on the 5th or 6th carry, because you just kind of get a flow and a feeling for the game.
He's a big, strong young man, and it takes a whole lot to bring him down. Now he's up to 75 yards. No touchdowns as of yet for Newport Harbor. They're on a scoring drive here.
How big was that screenplay to get that first down?
Huge. 5 minutes to go in the third. Out of the I formation, Morgan Craig underneath the center. They're going to give it to Mandarino off the right tackle. And he spins his way down to the 10-yard line. He does a good job, Bill, of spinning when he gets hit. And it's tough to tackle a guy when he's not square up.
That's right. And he gets a first down in a tough situation. This is the drive Newport really needed. They're down by 2 touchdowns, and You know, this is kind of typical of the way these teams are coached. You're not going to find either team going into hibernation.
Joe Ballard down, and I'm not sure if he has a cramp. He seems like he's stretching out his legs there, number 7. He very rarely leaves the field. Just a great young man, and we had him in the studio this week, and here Joe talks about J.C. Clark, the defensive coach who does so well.
Oh yeah, Coach Clark's the heart of our defense. Without him, we'd just be lost. I mean, he watches videos just hours after practice and just picks out details like keys to watch and stuff. And he's the best defensive coach, I think. Great schemes that he comes up with, and he's shown it. We've shown it in our games.
And J.C. Clark had talked about how sophisticated these young men are, and you can tell just by listening to Joe, he's a very intelligent young man. The trainers are out to look at him, and since he has his back turned towards us, it's kind of hard to see what they're working on. It could be that left leg, that left ankle. There's a good look at Newport Harbor, and this is exactly what they didn't need. They didn't need anybody to break their momentum.
That's right.
Or their rhythm.
You're absolutely right. And maybe during the time out here, we get a chance to perhaps look at the Newport bounce play, which is something they've run a couple. There's a good picture of JC sporting. That's my kind of hairdo. Like that. I like that. You don't have to worry about.
He didn't have that hairdo the other night.
Yeah, he just had a hat on. Now there are guys that'll perhaps shave their head for the game, and that's good to see Joe Ballard coming off the field trotting, and he's going to
go
come by and see JC. And JC said, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "Yeah, give me a second here."
Joe comes off, 1st and 10, 4:56 to go in the third. 14-0 Irvine.
This is a formation that they like to run the bounce play from, an offset fullback. Play action, single receiver.
They're going to the left side of a man in the end zone. He floats one.
Boy, that is a yard too long, or that's a touchdown, because that was a really great route by number 10, Mitch Gray.
Yep, Mitch comes up with a diving attempt. Just a little bit too much on the ball, but Bill, it's hard to throw a perfect pass in the corner.
But I still think this is probably the safest route in football, and most of the time against man-to-man, the most effective, because you're throwing it in a place where if you don't catch it, nobody's going to catch it.
2nd down and 10. There's a
Irvine
timeout.
takes a timeout.
So we'll step aside. 4:43 to go in the third. We'll be back with more of high school football right here on Channel 3.
Hi, I'm Gino, and this is my father Luigi, and together we own and operate Ristorante Agostino and Cocktail Bar in Capistrano Beach. We specialize in pasta, seafood, veal, and chicken, and if you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. We're located in Capistrano Beach, 1 mile south of Dana Point Harbor on Pacific Coast Highway. If you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. Right, Dad? Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Crowds and cars go together when you're shopping at the mall. So lose the crowds and come to San Juan Capistrano, Orange County's original destination for shopping and dining. In San Juan Capistrano, you'll experience friendly service, quality shopping, convenient parking, and a bit of history. So come to San Juan Capistrano. We're easy to get to. Just take Junipero Serra, Ortega Highway, or Camino Capistrano exits off the I-5. Shop and dine San Juan. You'll discover why the Swallows aren't the only ones coming to San Juan Capistrano.
Some happy kids here on the Newport Harbor side. 14-0 right now. Irvine has the lead. Can't tell those kids that. There's J.C. Clark, the defensive coordinator. I wonder what he's telling his players now. Hey, just keep doing what you've been doing all season long. You're 13-0, and
that's
your
right.
defense got you here.
Well, no matter what he's telling them, you can bet they believe it. Yep. They're going to play as hard as they can play.
Ball's on the 15-yard line. Morgan Craig is the quarterback. Mandarino's in the backfield.
Oh, the
ball is on the ground. Craig comes up with it.
Boy, I tell you, they tried to run the counter play, and I just think, Paul, I think Irvine's too quick to run the counter against them. They get too much penetration, and Mandarino actually got hit behind the line of scrimmage. So, you know, if you have a trick play here, if you have a halfback option pass, if you have, you know, it's 3rd down and 13, I can see them running that formation where they're going to let everybody block and run a 2-man route.
Looked like Andy Howe had his hand in on that play. Knocked that ball out of the hands of Mandarino.
This is a passing formation, 3 wide receivers.
Morgan Craig throwing it, and he has a man open. There's a flag on the play.
That's going to be short of the first down.
To Gaeta.
But it's in an area where you'd normally see holding called. Let's see what the call is from the side judge.
Talking to John Stoney, and John Stoney, our referee tonight, will tell us what the penalty is.
Ineligible man downfield on the offense.
That's a loss of down.
Is that what you want? Wait.
Yeah, good job. The official is going to make certain that that's what they want to do. And that's great officiating. Okay, he's going to take it back, get it out of that end zone. And we can show you on the virtual playbook a play that Newport likes to run. And Paul, I don't know if they'll use it in this situation or not, because it's going to be third and quite a ways. Illegal lineman downfield. But, you know, again, this is the time if you've got a halfback option pass, might not be a good idea. I mean, it might be a good idea. But,
or it might not be a good idea.
Depends. Well, you know, a little bit. I'm confused now. I still think Irvine, if you said, what would you really like to do? They say put pressure on the quarterback.
And they have been doing that. 3rd and 19 now.
Irvine in a very soft zone.
They were down at the 15. Craig back to pass. He hit as he throws. Gaeta in the end zone. But Morgan just barely got that ball off before he was hit. So this will bring up a 4th down, a field goal situation. Let's see if they bring in their unit or if they're going to go for it. I would assume they want to get some points up on the board.
Well, if any indication is the way they were kicking before the game, if that's any indication, Duke Burchell, 6'1", 175-pound senior, was ripping them from this distance. So he's got plenty of leg. But I think Jeff wants a touchdown here.
Well, they're taking a lot of time right now, Bill. If they're going to...
I think his best bet in this situation is what they do best, and that is maximum protect and run something to one of the outside guys.
They haven't gotten a lot of yards on their carries tonight here. They're asking their offense to do quite a bit.
Irvine's coming after him. Yep, there they go.
And that's going to be a huge plus for the Irvine Vaqueros, because the ball, not only do they get the sack, but they get it on the 35-yard line.
Brian Porteous, number 38, and you kind of knew when you looked at the defense, you thought, well, JC's going to hang back. Now see those shoes at the top of the screen? All of those guys that were second-level defenders are just coming.
Huge.
And I'll tell you what, that is really huge. Newport had a great drive going there.
As you said, Brian Porteous, who rides bulls just for a second, comes up and corrals the quarterback. So that was a 25-yard swing, because the ball was on, it was a 20-yard swing. The ball was on the 15-yard line at one time. Bill,
that's right.
Now ends up in the 35. So they burn a lot of time off the clock, Newport Harbor does, and they don't get in the end zone. So Irvine now can start thinking about that clock a little bit as well.
I think you're going to see Terry take a little more time talking to Travis Otot, and Travis comes to the sideline almost each time, so he can get the call from Terry, and then they go to the huddle, and it doesn't take them long, as we mentioned, from the time he calls the play until they get to the line of scrimmage.
Look how clean his jersey is, Travis Otot. The young man hasn't been on the ground at all tonight. O-line doing a good job of protecting him. David Dumey with a couple. David doesn't even leave the field that often as well.
I do not see Irvine in this situation throwing the ball. Now, I could be wrong, but...
2:26 to go. Let's go down in the field, Bobby. Just 1 second. Leak down there on the sideline, so we'll go down to Bobby in just 1 second.
Paul thinking about strategy here. He's talking to Travis almost like, you know, Travis, if I call a pass play here, I want you to make certain that you have the guy open. And if not, either take the sack or throw it away. And they're going to come out, they're going to come out in 4 wides.
3rd and 10. We'll check in with Bobby right after this play. See how Joe Ballard's doing. This play is going up. Long pass downfield. It'll be 4th down. Hey, Bobby, let's try it one more time.
Thanks, Paul. I just came back from the Irvine sidelines. Number 7, Joe Ballard. You know, he went off the field with a calf cramp. He's back in the game now. They just did some stretching, gave him some electrolytes, and they poured water over him. They said he's very tired, that it's very tough for the Irvine Vaqueros out there. And this was something that I talked about with assistant coach J.C. Clark earlier this week about after last week's game versus Tustin. He said Irvine had nothing left at the end of the game. They were getting sick, they were dizzy, they were cramping up, and he said this was something they needed to do again this week if they want to beat this Newport Harbor team. Back up to you.
Bobby, that's a great point, and if Newport Harbor caught wind of any of that, they might see some hope in this, because Irvine, even though they got tired, that's a great punt all the way down inside the 20 and takes another bounce down
How
to
big
16.
is that? How big is that kick by Josh Short, number 12?
1:47 to go in the third. Irvine leads it 14-0.
Hi, I'm Gino, and this is my father Luigi, and together we own and operate Ristorante Agostino and Cocktail Bar in Capistrano Beach. We specialize in pasta, seafood, veal, and chicken, and if you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. We're located in Capistrano Beach, 1 mile south of Dana Point Harbor on Pacific Coast Highway. If you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. Right, Dad? Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Crowds and cars go together when you're shopping at the mall. So lose the crowds and come to San Juan Capistrano, Orange County's original destination for shopping and dining. In San Juan Capistrano, you'll experience friendly service, quality shopping, convenient parking, and a bit of history. So come to San Juan Capistrano. We're easy to get to. Just take Junipero Serra, Ortega Highway, or Camino Capistrano exits off the I-5. Shop and dine San Juan. You'll discover why the Swallows aren't the only ones coming to San Juan Capistrano.
Talking about the Irvine Vaqueros and so many two-way players, you have to think and wonder. An empty set here for Newport Harbor. You have to wonder how much gas they have left. They have the lead 14-0, and Bill, I think they have the heart that will carry them through this no problem.
How about that? Newport comes out in an empty set. Mandarino out in the slot, and he catches the little spot-up pass. And this is a team that traditionally is a strong running team, and they're taking advantage of, I think, what you have to do against Irvine's defense, and that's spread them out.
See if those gloves ever come off for Mandarino. If they do, maybe he'll pass the ball. 2nd down and 3, 1:15 to go in this third.
There it is, just a little spot-up game.
Oh!
It's caught. It's caught by number 10 off a deflection, Mitch Gray.
Wow, Mitch Gray is the right place at the right time. That could have been intercepted as well. But Gray, with a heads-up move, looked up and saw the ball, and he brings it in.
I tell you, I think Jeff's doing some good stuff here with this empty by giving Morgan Craig a chance to just play catch. Now that's
a great catch.
That's quite a great effort by number 10, Mitch Gray, keeping his eye on the ball.
Chris Lamb was right there.
Now this is the alternative. When you spread him out, you can put Mandarino back there and maybe try and run him a little bit.
Coach Brinkley said they couldn't spread him out too much more because Irvine getting in the gaps and doing a good job of rushing the quarterback.
I think it's futile to run counters against Irvine. I just think they're too quick. I think Mandarino, just on his power and straight ahead running like that, is that's his forte. Now that's not to say you shouldn't run counter, because Newport has been a great counter team. It's just that against this defense, that may not be the best play for them right now.
22 seconds to go in this third quarter. Newport down 14-0. Irvine's defense has been the key. Travis Otot throwing 2 touchdown passes. Just nowhere to throw, but he finds somebody, and somehow he comes up with the ball. Gaeta, and there's a flag on the play. He'll get some extra yards out of this one. But I tell you what, Morgan did a good job just getting that ball out of his hands and into the receiver's hands.
What he's finding out is with a pass rush like this, part of your education as a quarterback is be quick with your feet, but let your mind stay at that same composed level. So he's moving out of the pocket quickly, getting rid of the ball, and then you kind of have to trust your receivers too. You can see him right now. He's going to get blasted, but he gets the ball off, and he puts it between 2 defenders. That's a heck of a throw. Nice catch by Brian Gaeta.
A little extra hit at the end gets them 10 yards, so down to the 40-yard line they'll go. Newport Harbor, 1st and 10 with 4 seconds to go. and I don't think they're going to get this playoff. So the third quarter of play will come to a conclusion. No score up there for Newport Harbor and 14 points up there for Irvine. When we come back, it's the fourth and final quarter of the CIF Division 6 CIF Championship game.
Yes, sir. Your belt's got holes in it. Smokey, your car does need a new battery. Hey, come on, Smoke. Wait, sue me? I'll sue you. Used tires are $100 a piece, 4 of them for $500. That's right.
Orange County, you've been to the rest. Now it's time to come to the best. Bridgestone Tire of Mission Viejo.
We can do a tune-up or an overhaul, whatever you want.
Hi, I'm Gino, and this is my father Luigi, and together we own and operate Ristorante Agostino and Cocktail Bar in Capistrano Beach. We specialize in pasta, seafood, veal, and chicken, and if you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. We're located in Capistrano Beach, 1 mile south of Newport Harbor on Pacific Coast Highway. If you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. Right, Dad?
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
12 minutes to play as we get ready for the fourth and final quarter. At the end of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the players of the game, and we're going to wait on this one for a while. We don't want to jump the gun, and I think it's going to be important to see who shines here in the fourth, Bill. For Irvine, you can pick 11 guys on defense that have done their job. Morgan Craig airs this one out. He has a man open. Can he get underneath it? Well, that would have been it. If he could have gotten there, Bill, that might have been the play.
When you run that little chair route, which number 10 that time, Mitch Gray, you run a sideline hoping to get the corner to bite, and then you turn up the field. That's a rather slow developing play, and right here, Morgan Craig knows I better throw it because here comes Brian Porteous again. So he doesn't miss it by much, but I think when you look at what they're doing on offense right now, they can throw it, and they're doing a pretty darn good job of it.
You can only imagine what Mitch Gray was saying when that ball hit the turf just there. One more shot, Coach. Give me one more shot at that.
Now, pretty soon you start rushing the passer. Maybe you let Mandarino throw a halfback option pass, or you just run him on the straight give.
Coming back on the near side, in and out of the hands of Gaeta. Good pass on the run, receiver on the run, both to the right side. This will bring up third down and 10. They've had their drives, Bill, and they have fluttered because Irvine's done a pretty good job of stopping them and putting pressure on that quarterback.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think you may complete a few, but what you know as a quarterback is they're always coming after you. So it does cause you sometimes to maybe rush a pass here or there, although I don't see Morgan Craig getting happy feet. He's doing a really good job of staying in there under the pressure.
He's only a junior, the quarterback.
I think you'll see maximum protection here and a two-man route.
Two receivers on the near side. Third and 10, Morgan Craig. Three-step drop, and he's going to get thrown for a loss. Brian Porteous comes up and makes the play for the Irvine Vaquero. Pardon me, Andy Howe.
That's right. Paul, that was it. Maximum protection, two-man route. The problem with that is if they cover the two guys, you can see the two defensive ends coming upfield. If they flush you out of the pocket, not only does the end have a chance, but you can see they love to turn plays back into those linebackers. Now, we have an injured, I believe it's number 79 coming off for Newport Harbor, and that's offensive tackle, Brian Breland.
And Newport
offensive
Harbor.
guard, rather, excuse me.
Bill, Brian Porteous did a good job of turning the quarterback, slowing him down before Andy Howe could come in and get him on that sack.
Here's the Irvine punt return. Now they're going to come after it, and they'll set up a picket, and let's see which way they set the picket. Fair catch, so
Ballard.
Pickett was over toward the Irvine bench. That's a nice kick, too. Very nice punt.
11:08 to go in this fourth and final quarter of play. We'll step aside and be right back after this.
How many ways can you save family?
the second happiest place on earth.
Hi, I'm Gino, and this is my father Luigi, and together we own and operate Ristorante Agostino and Cocktail Bar in Capistrano Beach. We specialize in pasta, seafood, veal, and chicken, and if you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. We're located in Capistrano Beach, 1 mile south of Newport Harbor on Pacific Coast Highway. If you're looking for Italian food like Mama used to make, come see Papa Luigi at Agostino's. Right, Dad?
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
14-0. Irvine Vaqueros with the lead. Newport Harbor Sailors trying to get that 0 off the board, but they're going to have to wait till they get the ball. Trips to the near side of the field, the Irvine Vaqueros.
Oh, they fake the bubble screen and run the draw. And there goes Godfrey Young.
But there's a flag on the play. So Godfrey down to the 20, still on his feet.
All right, let's see what this is all about now, because that would be an 85-yard touchdown. And now let's see what the official says.
That would have...
they're coming back, Paul.
That would have been the nail in the coffin, Bill, on that one.
We have an illegal formation against the offense.
Maybe if we run it, replay it, we could see what that illegal formation is. Probably not enough guys on the line of scrimmage would be my guess, but they fake the bubble screen and then run the quick draw, which is just a wonderful play once you set up the bubble screen. But somebody didn't line up right, and it cost them a touchdown.
Well, if Godfrey wasn't tired before that play, he's tired now. 85 yards, and he outran everybody to the end zone. Maybe Newport Harbor didn't try as hard because they knew of the penalty, but still.
Oh, I think they were trying.
They were trying.
Penalty brings that ball back to the 9-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 15. They'll back him up 5. And
be 1st and 15.
Otot comes in and gets the play from Terry Hennigan. They hustle up, as they always do, every play to the line of scrimmage. Peter Abe.
Oh, there's Signs. He does such a great job playing tackle to tackle. Number 5 on the Newport defense. Alan Signs, 6'2", 260-pound linebacker.
Well, Bill, you're talking about players of the game. Right now, he's my choice for the player of the game right now defensively for Newport Harbor. They would not be where they are without him tonight. I mean, they're only down 14-0. They might be down a lot more than that without that young man.
That's an awfully good defense you're looking at there in the blue. Newport Harbor, last week, they shut down a really, really good La Mirada team. That's really hard to do.
That was 1 week ago, and right now it's a whole different story.
Irvine calls timeout. Terry's going to go out there and talk things over with his offense.
Just a terrific crowd on hand. Travis Otot, number 8 at quarterback. So 10-14 to go in this one. Irvine leading it 14-0. There's a good look at Terry Hennigan. 13-0 the Vaqueros. They won 3 CIF championships in the 90s. Could have won one last year. Tonight's Game of the Week is being brought to you by Cox and Demand. It's like having your own blockbuster movie library right at your fingertips, and you never have to rent, rewind, or return again. Also by Family Honda, the proud sponsors of our pregame show. And by AAA Auto Care, located across the street from Home Depot in Mission Viejo. And by the city of San Juan Capistrano. You can find them on the web at www.sanjuancapistrano.org. Thanks to all of our sponsors for sticking with us on the Game of the Week this year. Bill, I think this is my 15th year. I forgot, maybe. I don't know how long I've been doing this, but it gets more fun each and every year. 2nd and 14. Godfrey dives over the 10, picks up 2 yards on the play.
I'll say the same thing that I said about Irvine. I don't know, or about Newport Harbor. I don't know if you can run counter plays against Newport. And
that's a good point.
Probably more because they're so physical that they're going to close that down. And you know what I think is hard to do? I think it's hard to run counters against the team that runs the counter because they run it in practice and they get good at defensing it.
There are players.
Is that confusing?
Yes. No, it's not. There are players on this Irvine team, Bill, that have never lost a game. Doomy is one of them. There's guys that haven't lost. Doomy, of course, was at Santa Margarita last year, but on the freshman level, they were undefeated. On the sophomore level, they were undefeated.
They're running a play there that if you could stop the TV all the way through that was empty. We used to call cinco. What is that in Spanish?
Five.
That's five. That's 5 guys vertical. And the most obvious single coverage would be on the outside, and that's where he went. And he threw it in a place where if their guy wasn't going to get it, nobody was going to get it. And number 4, Brian Gator right there, a little bit of a wrist problem, I think. I know he was holding that thing a little before.
His left hand. Standing on the 48-yard line.
I hope he gets rid of that quickly because he's got to catch this punt.
He's going to come off, and they might send somebody back in. Brian Gaeta. And looks like number 10 was going to go back out there. It's Mitch Gray. So
that's what they're going to do. They're going to tell him what they have on. And Paul, when I say what they have on, is this a block or a return?
Yep.
And Josh Short, last time he punted the ball, got off a 49-yarder. And he's going to need one here because they're back on the 6-yard line.
Bill, sometimes, as you say, people forget there's actually plays on 4th down when they actually call what you just said. Are they going to block it or are they going to go after it?
Oh, that's a great
punt.
kick.
At the 50.
That gets him all the way out to midfield. That's marvelous. That's a great job by Josh.
We have seen tremendous punting on both sides of the ball tonight. Both punters have done a great job. All the way out to the 49-yard line.
That's right. These teams really don't have any major weaknesses. I mean, you don't get here and have a real flaw in your game.
Both teams heavily involved in the weight room, not only before the season, but during the season. And a lot of people will tell you that's one reason why they don't suffer as many injuries as other teams.
I agree with that.
9-18, the ball's on the 49. Good field position for Newport Harbor. They have to take advantage of it right now. They need a quick score. The ball is on the ground. Craig picks it up. He's going to take off. He's got some room. Boy, he takes a huge hit. Ballard goes down, rolls around, gets right back up. But Craig has taken a couple big hits tonight. He's popped right back up on his feet.
Well, he's a tough young man, and he proved it there because I think that was going to be counter to the right. And when he bobbled the snap, he did the athletic thing. See, that is going to be counter to the right. And he goes, well, watch this. I'll do it myself. That could become a new play next year.
He's only a junior. Well, he gets popped a couple times right there. Ballard comes up and makes a good play. Pick up a 7 on that first down carry by the quarterback.
That is the definition of gang tackling right there. That you have 9 football players trying to tackle Mr. Mandarino. And I'll tell you, you better have 9.
Yeah, because if you got 8, he's gone.
That's right.
Bill, you going to golf this weekend?
I don't know if I can come down from this high. You know? If I go home and hit the trash can a few times, you know?
That would be good. Well, I don't know if 3rd down and 1, 8 minutes to go in this 4th and final quarter of play.
If you're Newport, you're in 2-down territory here, by the way.
Not anymore.
That's a great job by Jack Egan. The ball did hit the ground, but what a great effort. And I think he fell on the ball. That's the look of getting the wind knocked out of you.
Jack Egan with a great play. Started to say, Bill, I don't think he gets our show, but as we take a look at this and we'll see one more time, does the ball hit the turf? And it probably does. The official was right there.
Yeah, that's a good job of breaking on the ball, though, by number 4, Jack Egan.
But I know that you know this man. Personally, you've talked to him during the course of the season, but our best wishes go out to Norv Turner, my ex-Redskins coach, who was in a hot box of a situation. 4th down and 1.
Great coach and a great guy. I think
it's close.
I don't know. It depends on the spot. If he spots it right there, well, my goodness.
That's a heck of a spot.
Where did he go? Unless the ball was fumbled forward. Now that's a possibility.
It looks like a 1st down, Mandarino says.
You know, it had to be fumbled forward because from where we're sitting, he was stopped on the 40-yard line.
That's a big play. Bill, if I can follow up on that just real quickly about this thing with Dan Snyder and the Washington Redskins, that is what's wrong with professional sports. When a fan becomes an owner.
Yeah, I just am so fond of Norv. He's one of the great guys you could ever know. He's a tremendous football mind, and he'll land on his feet, believe me.
Well, Snyder might land on his rear end one day if he keeps going in the locker room and talking to coaches. 7.5 to go in the game.
Oh! tell you, Mitch Gray with a fabulous catch against great coverage. I mean, that ball had to be thrown perfectly because Chris Lamb was right there defending. And, boy, you got to give Morgan Craig some credit. That was just a wonderfully thrown ball and a great catch.
Well, Bill, if you ask yourself, why hasn't he done this all game long? Well, he hasn't had time. Here he has time.
You're absolutely right, Paul. It's amazing what a quarterback can do if he's not harassed. Look at this catch.
Man.
What a huge drive this is for Newport.
From the 18-yard line, 7:24 to go in the game. Newport Harbor down by 14. Has some time. He's going to throw this in the corner. Picked. It's picked off by Ballard. So Ballard up on the 30. He still has room.
Joe,
and he's tackled on the 45.
Joe Ballard makes another play in a season of great plays. I mean, that ball was just in the air too long. And a guy with a leg cramp comes from his free safety position, makes the pick, and it's like J.C. Clark says, okay, someone step up and make a play.
So Ballard with a great play.
Andy Howe with some great tenaciousness there and tenacity. And look at this. Give it back here.
And he stays in bounds, and he gets tackled at the 45, directing traffic as he goes up, but he gets hit from behind. Didn't see this one coming.
That may be the play of the game in terms of putting it away.
Wow. 7-10. It got awfully quiet.
Oh, my. Here. You know, those two guys that come up and smack you right there, Andy Rankin, number 9, and Alan Sines, number 5.
It's a good look at Joe working out that calf cramp. He's played offense, and he's played a lot of defense tonight.
I talked to him just for a second before we got started tonight. I said, Joe, we want to make sure that we say your name correctly. And he said, well, it's like Ball. It's Ballard. And I've called him Joe Ballard for 2 years. Could be an alias, you know.
2nd and 8. Otot, time to throw. And this one's almost picked off. Bobby, I know there's been some injuries on Irvine's side, but there's also been some injuries on Newport Harbor's side.
That's right. The physicalness is starting to wear down these players. Number 79, Brian Breland, his right ankle, the backside of it, he bruised his Achilles, and he will not be able to play anymore tonight. They're icing it. When he came off the field, though, he didn't want to call it quits. He was telling the trainer, just let me go back out there. And they said, no, it's not worth the risk to really hurt it further. He also has a cast on his right hand, so he was already playing injured. Also, number 4, Brian Gaeta, his left hand, it got stepped on. It was cut and bruised. It hurts a lot for him to move it. They've taped it up, and he's back in the game, but it could be trouble if he's trying to receive any balls. Back up to you.
Bobby, injuries are mounting and the yards are mounting for the Irvine Vaqueros. They lead at 14-0. There's a big rip right there, Bill.
That's the same play that he scored the touchdown on that was called back. You fake the bubble screen and run the quick draw. And Godfrey Young, once he gets into the secondary, Paul, he is a sprinter. And I'll tell you what, he's just a junior. And there it is, a good quick a fake on the bubble screen, and give those linemen credit for staying on their blocks.
And look at them as they go downfield, Bill. They don't stop after 5 yards. They keep it up and move downfield. Godfrey with a good job of staying up on his feet before he's knocked out of bounds on the 25-yard line. Doomey has it. Doomey stiff arms.
Put 2 hands on it. That's the time in this game when you want to wrap the ball up with both hands and don't let anybody strip it. And if you're on defense, first guy hits, second guy strips. Try to get the football.
Andy Rankin in there making the tackle. So it's going to be hard to select a player of the game for the Irvine Vaqueros. There's been so many good ones, Bill, and it would be nice to be able to go over and talk to the players and say, hey, who do you guys think? You know?
I'll give you mine in a little bit.
Okay.
I kind of have one on defense and one on offense, but
I think I might know your offensive player.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. There's that guy right there. Yeah. In the middle of that picture.
6:15 to go. 4th and final quarter here at Orange Coast College, LaBart Stadium. Irvine scored a touchdown in the 2nd quarter. They scored one in the 3rd. And they've held on to the lead with great defense.
You know, Paul, Travis did not play football last year. Concentrated on baseball. He was an all-league outfielder. Came to Terry in the spring, asked for the chance to compete for the position. And he and Josh Short were competing for the quarterback spot. Travis won the job. Josh Short went to tight end, and Josh is a great athlete. And I think one of the things about this Irvine team is, you know, Josh says, hey, okay, you're the quarterback. I'll be the tight end.
There's Josh
Let's go
Short.
play.
Yep, Josh Short going in the slot right there, number 12.
Empty. Let's see what they do with it.
Otot drops back. He has time. Opens one up, throws it over the middle, incomplete. It looked like it was intended for Josh.
It was. The guy that he had open running on that 5 receiver up was Clayton Smith. And you'd say from up in the stands, well, gee, 88 was open. Well, try looking at it from Travis's position with signs in your face and the big guy coming at you too, Nick Mogadam.
If you wonder if Terry Hennigan is busy during the year, think about this. He coaches football. He's 13-0. On top of that, he's the athletic director at one of the primary schools in Orange County. So he is very busy. So you got to congratulate him, not only being 13-0, but doing it as the athletic director. And with his new school in his area, Northwood.
Double pass.
There it is, Josh.
Now he's going to just keep this ball. That's a smart move by Josh Short.
Man,
they had a little wrinkle
well
in him.
Coached.
Yep, they were going to go double pass off the bubble screen, but Newport covered it. So give Josh Short some credit for being really sharp and just taking away any gamble to that play.
If you want to get in shape fast with a great Thai boxing video, don't spend up to $60. You can get the very same results with Thai Fit workout videos for under $20.
With Thai Fit, I lost 20 pounds and 4 inches off of my waist.
I lost 25 pounds in 2 months with Thai Fit.
I've tried the others, and Thai Fit is absolutely the best.
Thai Fit includes the Thai Fit's basic video plus the ultimate 35-minute workout for just $19.95 for a limited time. But wait, we'll also include the Thai Fit Strength Trainer. It's a $20 value, free if you call right now. Plus, we'll give you a full $5 rebate. That's right, it's just $14.95 with rebate. So get these 2 Thai Fit videos and get the strength training routine free. Here's how to order.
Get all 3 routines with a 30-day money-back guarantee, a $60 value for just $14.95 with rebate. Have your credit card ready and call or order on the web at 800-247-9100. That's 800-247-9100. Call or order on the web now.
Irvine 14, Newport Harbor Sailors nothing. We're in the 4th quarter of play. 5:19 to go. Newport has the ball. They've had their chances. Chris Mandarino can't hang on to that one.
When you look at the night that Chris has had, he'll have roughly in the neighborhood of 85 or 90 yards. But you must also realize that this Irvine defense has been the best in the county. They've given up the fewest points of any team in the county. And when you have 8 or 9 guys like that after you, getting close to 100 yards is a great night's work. But again, remember this, Chris has played every down of this football game.
Man.
Weak side linebacker and the running back.
This series is tied at 8 apiece. Last year, Newport Harbor won the CIF final. And then Irvine comes back in the league play and wins that game, 19-14. And right now it's 14-0 with 5:09 to go.
You know, if you look at the situation at quarterback for Newport Harbor, number 6, Morgan Craig, is just a junior, 6'2", 182 pounds. He's going to get bigger and stronger. The guy behind him, number 11, Michael McDonald, 5'11" now and 150 pounds. He's just a 10th grader. So some quarterbacks in the offense at Newport Harbor, they're set for a while. You just wonder who next year will take the place of number 1, Chris Mandarino. Here comes the defense. Andy Howe on the blitz. And boy, I'll tell you what, there's the dangerous part of running on the sideline is running into a camera.
14-0 Newport Harbor. Coming up short tonight.
Here's the punt return now for Irvine. This punt return again is really, the punt returns are made possible by the fact that there are 10 guys coming after the kicker. And then they'll run a return. My guess is where the ball is, they'll run a return toward the Irvine bench.
Morgan pretty frustrated when he came off the field, and Jeff Brinkley wrapped his arm around his waist and said, hey, It's okay, man. And you know what? They're going to be doing that again next year. They're going to be talking many more times. And Morgan, only a junior, and in a CIF final at quarterback, that's something special in its own right.
Well, I like what Jeff did, too, because he's telling him, look, partner, you're giving it everything you got. That's all I can ever ask.
That's right. Under 5 minutes to play. Irvine has the ball back at the 41-yard line. So they want to add to this scoring punch that they've had happen here in the second and the third quarter.
Go, Allen!
Peter Abe in the backfield, and it's going to be offsides by Newport Harbor.
Good use of the hard count.
Bobby, we were talking about Morgan Craig. What do you have on him? Hey, Bobby, we were talking about Morgan Craig. Do you have anything on him?
Test.
We'll find out in just a sec. 4:54 to go in this game. You guys let me know when you're ready.
That's a good use by Travis Otad of the hard count. And, you know, the guys on the offensive line have to be disciplined because he went to the hard count and Newport jumped.
Otad hands it off to Abe, and Abe corralled at the 35-yard line. Bobby, do we have you now?
Yeah, Paul, Coach Brinkley was just talking to number 6, Morgan Craig, and he was telling him to keep his head up and keep his poise, that he's going to earn something right now. They're starting to look a little bit dejected, but he obviously wants them to come away with their heads held high. Back up to you.
Thanks, Bobby. And exactly right. That's what Coach Brinkley did. He brought him over and talked with him, and Morgan very frustrated coming off the sidelines, but hey, he's going to work with him another year. And that work will start right after tonight. You know, they start working on the mental side of this game and get these kids that are going to come back and hopefully get them back in this very same position 1 year from now.
Guy that makes the tackle, number 1, Chris Mandarino. He's a full-time guy, Paul. I think he'd have a real chance at being CIF Player of the Year.
Godfrey Young.
Everything he's done.
Pardon me, Bill. Godfrey Young goes off. There's a good look at Coach Hennigan with Travis Otot, number 8. Look at it. Doesn't even look like he's played it down, Bill. Look at his offensive line did a wonderful job tonight.
Now, one of the things that Terry can do with this offense is grind the clock because they don't spend a lot of time in the huddle. See, he's telling the skill guys, you guys go, here's the play. He tells the linemen, bang, they sprint to the line. They walk up, snap the ball, and they haven't taken out. Here, I'm telling you all this stuff, and that's the first time tonight they've had to delay a game penalty.
We have delay on the offense, 5 yards previous spot.
So they'll back it up 5. J.C. Clark talks about this season and what it really means to Coach Hennigan.
Again, Coach Hennigan and I never went 10-0, and obviously we've never gone 13-0, so it's been great from that aspect. And just like I said, it's a fun group because they like to practice. I've had good football teams, but they didn't like to practice. This team enjoys football, and I think they're going to miss it when this game's over. So it's just been fun from the get-go for us. A lot of work, but it's fun. I mean, we're ready for it to be over, but, you know, we like to end it on the right note.
And they almost ended it on a really positive note there. I mean, they're up 14-0, but that was a pretty good pass by Travis Otot.
Well, Dane Barton had to make a great play at the very end of that play to tip the ball away. Travis actually threw a really, really nice pass. It was intended for number 88.
Clayton Smith.
That's Clayton Smith, but I want you to watch number 20, Dane Barton, get a hand up and kind of block the view of the receiver. And this is going to force Irvine to punt. And there's 3:25 left in the game. And yeah, that's right. As a coach, I always like 0-0-0. That's when the game is over. Then you know you have a punt, unless it's an election.
That's right.
Then you're not sure.
4th down, 9 to go on the punt. And they get a good punt off. And they're going to wave this one off.
Oh, they have a chance to down this one inside the.
That's a nice
punt.
punt.
It's on the 6-yard line.
So 3:14 to go. And when we come back, Newport Harbor will have the ball maybe for their final time in the 2000 season.
enslave ourselves onto the product.
I'm sure there's some excited kids on the other side with Irvine. Right now, they're up there looking at the clock, 3:12. They're going to celebrate here in about 3 minutes. And congratulations goes out to them on a tremendous season. But Newport Harbor's thinking, hey, you know, we still got 3 minutes. We can do something with the ball here.
Well, there's absolutely no give up in either of these teams. They've just proved it the last 4 times they've played. Last year twice, this year twice. I don't know what's going to happen at Irvine High School after this senior class graduates. I'm sure they've got some guys in the wings waiting, but what a special group. We've had a chance to watch them for a couple years, and they're not very big, but I think that's the essence of high school football. They don't weigh your heart. They just say, go play. And these Irvine kids, especially on defense, just love to play. They look like a bunch of guys in a schoolyard on a Sunday afternoon playing a pickup game. You know, they just run around and hit anything that moves, and they are running a very sophisticated defense and doing a great job of it.
2:15 to go in the game. Newport Harbor and their quarterback, Morgan Craig. He's 6'2", 182-pound junior. Mandarino has been pretty much held in check tonight by a very strong Irvine defense. They're forced to pass, and they weren't able to pass early, and they're not able to pass late. But Craig does a good job of moving upfield. He gets pretty close to a first down.
Now, here's a non-decision. I mean, they are going to make, okay, it is a first down. If it was fourth, they'd go for it because there's only a minute and 49 seconds left in this football game. And let's say this now, minute and 49 seconds left. Thanks to both of these great coaches, to Terry Hennigan and Jeff Brinkley, and to their staffs for showing us what is really good about high school football. There were no cheap shots in this game. Everybody plays clean and hard. And well, I tell you what, this is the purest form of the game, I think.
Morgan Craig with a good pass, and out of bounds they go. Brian Gaeta. And you can tell this Morgan Craig, he has a lot of fight in him, Bill. There's a good look at Gaeta going back to the huddle. We profiled him in the open. We talked about that young man.
I think Newport will always be able to run the ball. That's what Jeff really likes to do. But I think with this young man, with Morgan Craig, and then down the road with Michael McDonald, I think they're going to be able to throw it very well.
Ball is on the 29-yard line, 1:42 to go. Irvine, 3 CIF titles in the 90s. They start off 2000 pretty good.
Coming off the corner.
Ball is in the air, and it's going to be picked off.
Intercepted by number 24, the cornerback, Chris Lamb. And Paul, the reason that was intercepted was Ducho, the guy you see right there, put such pressure on that they couldn't get Mandarino out for the screen pass. So I believe now with a minute 37 seconds left, I think you're going to see Irvine be very conservative, maybe take a knee a couple of times, and win themselves a CIF championship.
So Chris Lamb with the pick, and that pretty much nails it shut for the Irvine Vaqueros. They have done a tremendous job on defense, and that's fitting, Bill, to end it on a great defensive play like that to stop this drive that was starting to get started by the Newport Harbor Sailors.
Well, if the game ends with this score, Irvine will have given up 1 touchdown in the playoffs. 6 points in 4 games. Now, you're not going to lose a lot of football games, as mad as Terry is.
He's not happy.
Procedure, offense.
But you're not going to lose many football games giving up 1 touchdown in 4 games. That's just amazing defense.
Did you realize how quick Terry Hennigan can move?
Hey, he's still got quick feet.
I don't think he likes what happened after the offsides. Newport Harbor on defense right now, and Irvine Vaqueros going to win their first CIF title in football to start this 2000 year, Bill, and they earned it.
Yeah, they sure did.
Their offensive line did a wonderful job. Peter Abe tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, and the smallest player out there, and there's a lot of handshaking already going on, and congratulations going on. Peter Abe, you know, he didn't get a touchdown, didn't get a whole lot of yards tonight, but he's as thrilled as anybody. He's going to win a CIF title.
Hey, you just saw great sportsmanship there a second ago. Number 56, C.J. Collins, who has really played his heart out there on defense, picking Peter Abe up after the play. And I just think that's the thing that stands out to me about these two programs, how much they respect each other.
Inside a minute to play. Travis Otot wasn't even sacked tonight, Bill.
No, I don't think he was. He was pressured a little bit, but I think that he was the key to the football game for Irvine High School.
Looks like the Gatorade, or the water jug, got on JC.
Well, they're sneaking up on Coach Hennigan, too. JC already kind of looks purple or pink or whatever color the Gatorade is.
I would love to have a microphone on Coach Hennigan and kind of listen in on what he's going to tell his players right now. With 49 seconds to go, he can only tell them that they did a wonderful job. And also, he's not done telling the official what he thought of that one play a little while ago.
I think what he's asking for right now is, let's just have no baloney at the end.
Terry Hennigan, the athletic director, the head coach. Irvine Vaquero's been there as many years as I can remember, Bill. I forgot how many years he's been there now. He's up 14-0, and he'll jog off the field. The next time he comes back on the field, they'll be the CIF champions, because they'll run this play, Bill, and they won't have to run too many more after this.
Alan Signs with another tackle, and boy, he has played his heart out tonight. That's a terrific football player.
From the get-go, Bill, just from the start of this game. I mean, he intercepted a pass in the first quarter, did it all on his own. He's been in on most of the tackles tonight, plugs up the hole in the middle for the Newport Harbor Sailors. It's not like Irvine had a big game on offense tonight either, Bill. They had a couple big plays, but other than that, they didn't, you know, get time, and again, they didn't rip off a lot of yards carrying the football.
That's right. I think that's probably the key aspect of this football game from Irvine's standpoint was containing Mandarino. They forced Newport to throw the ball, and I think Newport did a pretty good job of throwing the ball, but Irvine came up with too many big plays.
And Hennigan's going to get it. He didn't want it. He tried to stay away from it, but he got it. He's all business until the end. 5 seconds left up on the clock. So we saw it from the backside. Terry Hennigan gets the Gatorade. Hope he brought an extra pair of pants. It's a lot cooler than it. There he goes. He finally smiles.
You know what? I don't care how cold you are. Those are nice showers.
Those two guys right there, J.C. Clark, who's walking away, and Terry Hennigan, have done a heck of a job. They've done the bulk of the work at Irvine, and they really, really should be congratulated, along with each and every Irvine Vaquero. So Travis Otot,
he'll go back, let the clock run down. Actually, it's going to be no time.
That's it. So the Irvine Vaqueros have won a CIF title to start the 2000 year. Congratulations goes out to them. They win it 14-0. There's a great smile by Terry Hennigan. Congratulations goes out to each and every player that played tonight. Whether you're an Irvine Vaquero or a Newport Harbor Sailor, you earned the right to be here, and they showed great, great sportsmanship from the time the kickoff started to the end of the game. When we come back, we'll have the players of the game and also the presentation of the CIF trophy, and that will go to the Irvine Vaqueros.
They're planning on building a toll road and destroying it all?
Let the school districts decide where they want to spend the money.
What do we have to gain by this if we're not going to have Melrose dismissed?
Under what basis consider El Toro Airport unsafe?
Is it true that Orange County is going to be the next Silicon Valley?
So Cox Digital Telephone sounds just as good as my local service?
Yeah.
I'll pay up to 30% less?
Absolutely.
Can I get low long-distance rates, too?
You bet.
And thousands of people are already using it?
True.
Switching is easy?
Sure.
Cool.
There are many great reasons to say yes to Cox Digital Telephone. Here's another.
Get guaranteed savings by signing up with Cox Digital Telephone. Service activation is free, so call today. 888-693-8820.
Cox Digital Telephone. Now you're living.
The final score, 14-0. The Irvine Vaqueros win a CIF title. Our players of the game tonight, Alan Sines for the Newport Harbor Sailors, number 5 on defense, played a tremendous defensive game. Travis Otot, who didn't even play quarterback last year, he played baseball, comes back this year, and he is our player of the game. And right now he's with Bobby.
Thanks, Paul. Travis, coming into this game, Coach said it was going to be like pulling teeth to get any points on the board. Was it hard, and you know, what was the most difficult thing about putting some points on the board?
It was definitely tough. I mean, they play with that 4-man across, and it's tough to get a big play on those guys. And the front 7 are huge, and Mandrino and Sines, they stopped the run all night. And we were lucky to get a couple big plays. The one to Eric Patton, just kind of laid it up for him. He made a great play, broke some tackles. So, yeah, we were lucky to get a few points on the board and give it to our defense to stop them.
What would you say, other than the points, is the biggest thing that you were pleased about with tonight?
CIF championship. That's all. The biggest thing I was pleased about was, you know, we did good enough. Our defense is awesome, and we supported them. We helped them out. And I hate to separate our offense and our defense because we're all a team, but. It was great. It was great to score on a defense like Newport's.
Awesome job. And coming in earlier this year, at the beginning of the season, Coach Hennigan told me about you, that you are the type of player that is the reason why he loves to coach. And he said the reason why is because you're a coach's coach. When he talks to you, you know what he's talking about. What are your thoughts about Hennigan?
Well, cause it's not hard to tell. It's not hard to it's not hard to know what Coach Hennigan's talking about, because he tells it to you straight. And Coach Hennigan's the best football coach I've ever had. And I just listen to what he said, because he knows it. He's been coaching for 30 years, and I wouldn't dare not listen to him. So
I know you didn't play last year. You took off to play baseball, but do you feel vindicated? Does the whole team must feel vindicated to come back and win against this Newport Harbor team? Not once, but twice.
Right. Well, not vindication, because I hate to beat somebody. You know, I like winning, but we're just happy for ourselves, and you know, I'm happy that we get to have the glory. I mean, it's just our good fortune, I guess, and our hard work and dedication.
What are you going to remember most? What are you going to take away the most from this season?
Oh, just playing with my buddies. I love these guys. I love every one of those guys like brothers. And we're teammates for life. If you heard the break, we're teammates for life. And you know what? I will always remember, you know, playing with, you know, David Doomey, Eric Patton, Andy Howe, Parker Naw. God, I love those guys. Every single one of them. Brian Portis. And
right. Well, congratulations, man. Sorry to cut you off, but we have for you the player of the game. Finally, we've had a lot of your other teammates on. You are a player of the game tonight. Awesome job. Congratulations on your CIF title.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's go back up to the booth.
Thanks a lot, Bobby. A well-spoken young man, obviously a leader on the team. Bill, your closing thoughts about this one. Travis Otot with the player of the game.
Well, you can see for yourselves at home what kind of young man that is. But I think he's very typical of that Irvine football team. He's never going to take credit himself. He's always going to talk about his teammates. And again, I think back of teams that I had that they say, you know, I can't remember scores, I remember people. And I think that's what they're going to take from this. But the statistic, Paul, that has to jump out at you, 4 CIF playoff games, and this football team gave up 6 points in 4 games.
Definitely stands out. So the final score here, 14-0. Bill, it's been fun all season long, and everybody at Channel 3, you guys did a great job. For Bill Cunity, for Bobby Higgins, for Marcus Williams, our producer-director tonight on the Game of the Week, I'm Paul Higgins. Next time around, you'll see us in basketball. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Sports recruiting season for gridiron greats throughout